Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in. This is Wellness Wednesday. I didn't do my Mental Monday, so I'm hopping on to do my Wellness Wednesday. Want to check in with my people, see how you guys are doing. Come on in with me. Let's have a good time. Let me know how your week is going so far. Let me know how your week is going so far, how your weekend has been. And we're going to talk about it's Wellness Wednesday, but I'm going to have a topic for you guys as soon as I get a few people in here. I'm going to have a topic for you guys soon as I get a few people in here. So come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Let me share this to a few people. Uh, da, 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 da. I want to share this to a few people. I'm still here, you guys, just sharing this live to a few people so we can get some folks on here with us. Okay, come on in, you guys. Come on in. Wellness Wednesday. I want to know how you're doing. And I got a topic for you today on this Wellness Wednesday. I'm just going through. I got a few more, some people I'm selecting on here just to get some people in this live. Feel free to share. I want this to be a good conversation tonight. I want this to be a nice grown-up conversation. So feel free to share it. Trying to get some people in here that usually converse with me. I'm going to share one more person and then we're going to go from there. Okay. Hello, you guys. Hello, hello. Today I'm calling this Wellness Wednesday because I want to talk about some things that we feel like we need to let go of. What are some things we feel like we need to let go of? Some things that we feel like are holding us back. Some things that are keeping us bound. Some things that are keeping us stagnant. I want to talk about that tonight on this Wellness Wednesday. This is what I want to talk about. What are some things that you know you need to let go of? That's what I want to talk about tonight. Some things that you know you need to let go of. Matter of fact, things or people. Things or people that you feel like you need to let go of. We're not dealing with weirdos tonight, so I'm getting them up out of here. We're not doing that. So, and as usual, we can never go a night without one. So I guess that's the norm for TikTok. You got to at least get one. So tonight is Wellness Wednesday. I want to talk about what are some things and people you feel like you need to let go of. And we're going to have some good grown folk conversation. We're not judging. We're not being rude. We're not being disrespectful because it will not be tolerated in here. Yes. 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 Rest in peace, Young Dolph. Right? It's sad, right? Broad daylight, afternoon. Sad. Sad. So many youngsters losing their life, like not just celebrities, just so many youngsters in general, 30 and under. Well, I know he was 36, but so many of our young people losing their life, and it's really sad. It's really sad. So I have sympathy for anybody, who loses a life. Life is not something to be taken lightly, and it's to be lived to the fullest. Thus, why we gonna talk about tonight, what are some things and people you feel like you need to let go of? That's what we're going to talk about tonight on this Wellness Wednesday. And disregard the trolls and the weirdos that you see pop in, because as soon as I see them, I'm getting them right up out of here. We're not entertaining them. We trying to have some grown folk conversation, and we trying to deal with some issues and resolve some problems. We trying to, we not going through all of that foolishness. We not entertaining people that didn't get attention when they was younger. We can't help them. We can't fix what we didn't break, so we gonna keep it moving. I was supposed to get on here Monday, so my people probably got some words for me, but I didn't. So I figured I'd hop on today. I usually do a mental Monday to do a little check-in with my people, but I figured I'd come on here and do a Wellness Wednesday just the same. So tonight's topic is, what are some things and people you feel like you need to let go of? And I don't care. It can be family, friends, co-workers, associates. You might feel like you need to, switch jobs. You might feel like you need to relocate. You might feel like you need to leave a relationship. Hey, Dory, how you doing, boo? You usually be on here with me. How you doing, hon? So yeah, tonight we talking about, you know, basically what's holding us back. What do we feel like we need to let go of? What are some things you feel like you need to let go of? Some things you feel like you need to do different. It can be habits you need to break. You good, that's good, huh? I like to hear it. It can be, like I said, some bad habits. It can be some, anything that because we all know, we as adults, we all know what we allow to hold us back. We know, let go of the need for parental. Oh, you know what? But you know what, Bethany, you still young, boo. You 20, and I get it. I hear that so much, and my heart goes out to you, because I'd come across so many people that tell me their parents never told them they loved them. Their parents never told them they proud of them. Like, mothers didn't teach them what it was to be a woman. Fathers didn't teach them what it was to be a man. Like, their parents, if they were in the house, they wasn't big on, displaying emotion or discussing their feelings. So my heart goes out to you, hon. But you know what I tell you? Give yourself time. It's a process. It's not going to happen overnight. Give yourself time, and you 20, and I know it hurts, because guess what? No matter how old we be, how old we get, you still want that approval from your mother or your father. You still want to make them proud. So a lot of times we find ourselves making decisions based on what we think they might want us to do. Or, we make choices based on what we feel gonna make them happy. So in this moment, I tell you, even though you 20, and even though you still want that validation, guess what? You love you. You love you. And sometimes, guess what? Even though it hurts, sometimes our love for self has to be enough. We may not always get the approval of our parents. We may not always have people that apologize for doing us wrong. We may not always have people that tell us we love that they love us. People not gonna always treat us how we treat them. They're not gonna always pour into us like we pour into them. But guess what? Sometimes, as hard as it is, we got to be okay, knowing that we are enough. If nobody else tells me, you got to know, Bethany, if nobody else tells me, guess what? I'm worthy. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect, because none of us are. Every day it's a work in progress. We striving to do and be better. But guess what? You pick yourself up and you dust yourself off, and you make yourself proud, because you are your number one fan. You make yourself proud. Working on letting go of past hurts. Oh, Lady Banks, that's a deep one. That's a deep one. Thank you, Cameron. Past hurts, that's another one. But have y'all noticed? Have y'all noticed that a lot of the things that we struggle with is from the past? Have y'all noticed that? Have y'all noticed that a lot of the stuff that we struggle with, a lot of the demons we fighting, a lot of the battles we fighting, right? Have y'all noticed a lot of it is from the past? It's not current day hurt. It's hurt from the past. Whether it's past relationships, broken promises, empty words, family trauma, childhood trauma, parental issues, failed relationships, failed marriages. Have y'all realized that a lot of the hurt that we struggle with is from the past? Very rare is it current day. And guess what? A lot of times, if it's current day, guess what? A lot of times it's brought about from the past because we pull that with us. If we haven't let it go, we pull that with us. There you go. There you go, Lady Banks. We don't deal with it. So guess what? A lot of us had a mindset that, oh no, it'll work itself out. Oh no, it's going to get better in time. You know what? I'm not going to think about it. Out of sight, out of mind. But I'm here to tell you, whatever you don't deal with and allow yourself to heal from, it will resurface time and time and time again. That's it. That's it. That's it, Bethany. You work on making yourself proud. You work on making yourself happy, because guess what? When you reach that true happiness, it ain't gonna matter what everybody else think. You not gonna even be looking for that approval, that acceptance, that validation, because you gonna be secure, complete, and whole within yourself. And even though it still hurt that you may not have a relationship you want with them, you may not never hear certain words you want to hear from them, you will be okay. You will have the strength to deal with it. You feel me? You will be okay. Because guess what? A lot of people deal with childhood issues, abandonment, fear of rejection. A lot of people walking around with resentment. You know what I'm saying? You have, yes, love self first. What I tell y'all all the time, self-love is necessary. You have to make yourself a priority. And guess what? You could live your best life. You could do everything right. That don't mean other people gonna approve. That don't mean they gonna clap for you. That don't mean they gonna be happy for you. So that's why the first and foremost person you gotta worry about making happy and being content with is yourself. Trust me, we all done been there. Because guess what? All of us on here has made a decision based on somebody else. What we think other people want us to do. We did something to try to fit in. We did something because it's what everybody else was doing. We did something to make other people happy. Even whether it made us miserable or not, we did it to make other people happy. Yes, it starts within. There you go. There you go. When you got that about you, baby, it's the best thing since sliced bread. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Who? Come on. Who is that? Come on now, sis. Because guess what? You know why? You have to smile and you cry in silence because you feel like this. You don't want to show weakness. I'm going to be strong for everybody else. I'm the go-to for everybody else. I want everybody else to be able to lean on me. But guess what? When I need something, I'm just going to put my back against the wall because you so used to everybody leaning on you. You don't even know what it's like to lean on other people. You used to coming through for other people. You don't even know what it's like to allow other people to be that shoulder for you, to come through for you. Oh, they definitely watching. Always watching. Whether they admit it or not, always watching. Always. So yeah, the biggest smile can definitely hide. Look, let me tell you something. I've been that person where I've been the go-to for folks and I have smiled and went home and cried while I was in the tub at night. Or went home and held myself tight. Because here's the thing. Sometimes even if you got people you can go to, hell, you might not trust them enough with what you got going on. You might not even trust them enough to handle what it is that you want to tell them. And it's not because you don't trust them, but sometimes we don't even want to burden people with what we got going on. Sometimes we don't think they're going to understand. Sometimes we don't want them to look at us different. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we just don't want to put our problems on them. A lot of times that's what it is. Come on. There you go. That's another one, Lady Banks. Sometimes you ain't surrounded yourself with people that's going to pour into you. Let me tell y'all something. It's so hard, but it's so necessary to take a look at yourself, because sometimes we think we do everything right and we don't. As parents, as husbands, as wives, as sons, as daughters, as aunts, as uncles, you understand what I'm saying? As friends, as neighbors, as bosses, as co-workers. Sometimes we think that we got it all figured out and we think that we do everything right. I'm going to use myself, right? I pride myself on being the best mother I can be, the best wife I can be. But guess what? Have I fallen short? Of course. Because although I may feel like, man, I was there as much as I could have been for my kids, guess what? I couldn't be there for everything. You understand what I'm saying? So maybe it was some times where they really wanted me there that I couldn't be there because It was just me making sure me and them were okay. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, I could be thinking the times that I was there outweighed the times that I wasn't. But guess what? What if the times that I wasn't is what really meant the most to them? You get what I'm saying? So the best way, I tell people anytime, if you wanna really look at yourself, aside from standing in the mirror, ask your kids and your spouse. If you really want an evaluation of yourself, ask your children and ask your partner. And be ready to hear what they have to say. Be ready to accept it. Be ready to understand it. Be ready to apologize. Even if you've apologized before, be ready to apologize again. You understand what I'm saying? Whether you think you was right or wrong is not the point. If somebody comes to you and they tell you that you have done something that has hurt them, you have done something that has offended them, you have done something that caused them to look at you this way, that way, you have whatever. If they come to you and tell you that you've done A, B, C, and D, you don't get to dismiss that. You don't get to tell them, I didn't hurt you. If my child or my husband or my mother or my father, may he rest in peace, one of my siblings come to me and say, you know what, Katrina, when you did A, B, C, and D, I felt some type of way. Even though I know I didn't mean it like that, because I know I operate from a place of love, even though I didn't mean it like that, guess what? Does it really matter more how I meant it or more how they received it? Think about it. Does it really matter more what you mean or more how people receive it? Because you could talk all day long, but is it communication, right? Or is it the understanding? Think about it. Because if they're not understanding what you're saying, it's falling on deaf ears, no matter how many times you say it. Thank you. There it is, Bethany. The impact matters more than the intent. There it is. And that's why I say, and guess what? I tell anybody, I have no problem apologizing when I'm wrong. If I've said or done something that offended you, if you know, maybe you was having a bad day and you took what I said the wrong way. I don't know, but guess what? I can be sympathetic enough to say, well, you know what? I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry if you took it that way. That was not my intent. I can say that. I'm adult enough to say that. You get what I'm saying? We have to be willing to have those difficult conversations. We have to be willing to look at ourselves with the same eye that we judge other people with. We got to be willing to look at ourselves and say, you know what? Did I handle this right? Did I really have to respond to this? Could I have just let that slide? Could I have just let that go? Did I really have to address it? Let me tell you something. And I saw my son pop in on here. I don't know if he's still here. But let me tell y'all something. And I don't know, a lot of times mothers, I think we guilty of this. You know, a lot of times when my son used to act up, and my daughter, anytime, any of my kids or my nephew, whoever, if they used to act up, you know, the first thing I would catch myself saying, if they was acting like, oh, you here. Okay, son. Okay, I would catch myself saying, you know what? You acting like your people, or you going to be like your daddy. Don't be like them folk. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Even though I was saying it, trying to get them to recognize the similarity of the trait that they shared with that other parent, I didn't realize that my words were negative, right? So I didn't realize me saying that was basically, in their mind, they could have been like, okay, but this person ain't even here. Like, this person ain't even around. So is this really how she viewing me? But I wasn't even looking at it like that. I'm just saying, okay, you acting like them folk. Like cut it out. But then I had to get to the realization where I said, you know what? No, y'all ain't acting like them because y'all a part of me. So guess what? What's in me is going to overshine them. So no, you acting like me. No, you ain't going to be like them because I be damned you be like them. You going to be like me. But I had to apologize for that, right? Because although I meant no harm, my words came across as heartless. They came across as thoughtless. And I'm one that's going to always stand on my shit. When I tell y'all, when y'all come in here, we going to have the real raw. I don't care if that's putting me on the spotlight. I don't care if that's putting whoever. We going to have some real grown folk conversation up in this piece. Because that's what it's about. You can only heal when you have those conversations. Come on. Look at you, son. Son, don't make me cry on here. You better than them because you had me. You feel me? But guess what? Communication. And my kids know, no matter what, did I always handle things personally? Did I always handle things the right way? No. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? I'm a work in progress. I was a mother I was a junior in high school when I became a mother. So y'all know I had to learn some stuff quick. I had to grow up quick. But guess what? It's been me and them. And they ain't never wanted for nothing. They ain't never went without no food, no light, no gas. Hell, my kids ain't never even went without fucking cable. They always had the latest video game with da-da-da-da. And it was just me making it happen. You feel me? Nobody exactly. Thank you, son. I'm glad. Nobody perfect. Hey, I did the best I could. I did because I was content on guess what? And a lot of parents feel like when you raising kids, it's about 2 months. See, oh, you had your daughter at 18. Okay, Nicole. Okay, Ash. Okay. So see, you was young right there with me. You had to grow up. It's like you growing up with your kids. Like you growing up in the process of being a parent. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we feel like being a parent is about giving our kids the material things that we didn't have. That's bullshit. Being a parent is about teaching them the stuff that you was not taught. The stuff that you had to learn on your own. You know, about finances. Taking them to open up their checking account. Telling them about direct deposit. Telling them about the stock market. You get what I'm saying? Yes. My kids know look, they have seen me make a mistake. They have seen me correct it. They have seen me stumble and fall, and they've seen me get my ass back up. They've seen me struggle, and they've seen me hustle. You feel me? They've seen both sides of the coin. So if nothing else, they know I feel comfortable in the fact that my kids can survive if I'm gone. They got it in them. I set the foundation that they can grow from. You feel me? The foundation is there. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we got to be. We got to teach them about the important stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like we can't leave it up to the schools to teach our children what we want them to know. The school's still using the same motherfucking textbook that we had in school. Make that make sense. So ain't nothing changed? Ain't nothing got better? Only thing they made harder was the damn math. Because I barely could figure that shit out now. Why it got to be 5 or 6 steps to the math problem that we had 2 steps to when we was in high school. And you still gonna get the same answer. Why make it harder for them? It's almost like they want our children to fail. So that's when we come in and we say, no, I'm teaching you A, B, C, and D. I mean, me and my kids have all kind of unpopular conversations that most parents wouldn't even have with their kids. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's about family issues, whether it's about past situations, whether it's about present stuff, whether it's family, friends, work, relationship, hell, politics, religion. We talk about it all because I've never been one to force my views and my opinions on my kids. I tell them like my father told me, find your own truth. You understand what I'm saying? Find your own truth. That way can't nobody take it from you. Stand on what you believe is right. Stand on what relates to you in your life. We don't do that. My daddy told me don't believe none because nobody tell you. He said, I don't care if it's me or your mama. Don't believe none just because we tell you. Don't believe none just because it's in a book. Don't believe none just because everybody else believe it. I'm okay with being the odd man out. And my kids know. It's for a long time I run by myself. You don't see me hang with many people. You know what I'm saying? Have I always done things right? No. Have I sat in environments and allowed myself to be in situations that I should not have been in? Hell yeah. A lot of shit I should have nipped in the bud and kept it moving. But guess what? Once I realized, you know what? That back to that look in the mirror and that reflection and checking yourself, self-evaluation. When I looked in the mirror one time, aren't you too old? It depends on what you call too old, Damon. I don't even know what that's about. But the less people you chill with, the less trouble you deal with. I mean, you can look at it like that, but you don't know my age, so that's kind of a weird question. But anyway, you feel what I'm saying? Like but in hanging around people, I could be talking about family, co-workers, anybody. You feel me? Yeah, you're right, son. Let me go and get him up out of here. You're right. I don't know where he going with it, but he won't go there up in here. You talking about somebody with no followers. Yeah, you can go on pimping. He gone. Yeah, he gone. He says only people in their early 20s. And he dumb even then, because when I was in my early 20s, he gone, son. Don't even worry about it. He gone. Because when I was in my early 20s, thank you, ain't got a profile picture, nigga. Your profile picture is your letter. What we doing? You got no followers. Look, none. He gone. We ain't worried about people like that. What we say? We ain't letting them steal our joy. Yeah. Oh, you ain't even don't get started, Bethany. Sis, you know I eat them up in here and spit them out. You ain't even got to worry about it. He was going to get his life treated, but he gone. So we ain't need, look, we going to keep on vibing with what we vibing on. You feel me? But, it's just we let things sometimes we allow ourselves in situations, and believe it or not, a lot of times our surroundings is what hold us back, right? Like we could be associating with people, or it could be a job, or it could be the neighborhood we live in. Hell, it could be family drama. It could be old shit that never got resolved. We allow stuff to hold us back. And until we can address that stuff, speak on it, say our piece, and that's the only way you can move on. You got to say your piece. I don't care who you think might be hurting the process. It's okay to say, you know what, mom, dad, sis, bro, grandma, granddaddy, I don't like the way you did A, B, C, and D. When you said this, it made me feel this type of way. When you did this, it made me feel this type of way. Until we can say those words, we're going to always be stuck. Don't let my gangster shine. I won't. Look, tuck it away. You know what I'm saying? But until we able to speak on our hurt, we can't heal. We can't heal. You got to go through it. You got to go through it in order to get through it. If that makes sense. You got to go through it in order to get through it. A lot of times we walk around like, let me tell you what we do. Well, it don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? If they don't want to talk to me, then I ain't going to talk to them. You know, if I don't matter to them, then they don't matter to me. And that sound good, right? It sound good, but let's be real. We lying to ourselves. Yes, we got to stop allowing people to disturb our peace, because guess what? My daddy used to say, if something come to your mind or if it bother you, speak on it. You have the right to address it. And that's what I do. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not looking for no apology. I'm not looking for no acceptance. I'm not looking for no validation. But guess what? I'm going to tell you how I feel. We can agree to disagree. We can resolve it. And we can move on. Because that's all it is for me. That's that Virgo in me where even when I try not to address stuff, if I don't, it's like it be eating me up inside. Like, especially if it's somebody I got to be around or I got to see, right? Man, there you go. Because what I say, you let a motherfucker slide and they think they can ice skate. Don't I say that? You let them slide and they think they can ice skate. So some stuff you gotta address. Yes. You gotta change up. And that's the thing. Change our mindset. Because you know what I learned? Sometimes we expect people to be like us. I don't mean, oh, still the son. Sometimes we think we expect people to act like us. Not act like us, but think like us. We expect people to be there for us because we there for them. We expect people to be loyal because we loyal. We expect people to be respectful because we respectful. We expect people to come through for us like we come through for them. But guess what? That don't always happen. Hey, Shelly Boo, thanks for the rose, honey. Thanks for the likes, you guys, and the follows. Once the live is over, I will go back and follow all of you guys back. I promise you that. We'll go back and follow all of you guys back. But yeah, we expect, overall, to sum it up, we expect us in people. Yeah, gotta stop expecting us. Because guess what? Some folks would treat you any kind of way and they would never apologize. They would never acknowledge their faults and flaws. They would never say that they made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? They won't even acknowledge it. They'll tell you, they'll act like they don't even know what you're talking about. That's how they'll act. So guess what? We have to learn to be okay with being over here while everybody else is over there. We have to learn that it's okay. No, I'm okay. I'm going to chill over here by myself because I don't even like what's going on over there. For real. If a person not moving that's in line with what you're trying to accomplish, you know what? Men Virgos, oh my God. I know some nice men Virgos. And I'm a Virgo, but I know the men and women are different. But yes. And Bethany, guess what? Like I said, you 20. So you got so many life lessons to learn. You got so many. That's why I told you, allow yourself the time to go through the process. Don't rush it. You know, don't feel like you got to wake up tomorrow and it got to be different. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself in anything in life, whether it's learning, whether it's grief, whether it's pain from a broken heart, no matter what it is, give yourself the time that you feel you need. Don't let nobody rush your process. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, girl, if I was you, because guess what? They ain't you. When people come to you with that, the ladies and men on here, when people come at you with that, man, shoot, if I was you, stop them. That conversation and say, but you ain't. And that's it. That's it. Because people love trying to say what they would do if they was you. But you ain't me though. So how can you say what you would do if you was me when you ain't me? That don't even make sense. Ain't that kind of like dumb to say? Oh man, yes, yes, yes. Failure build man. Failure builds. Because guess what? If it don't kill you, it make you stronger. That's how we all got to where we are right now. We've gone through some things in life. We've gone through some things. We done experienced some heartaches. We done had some broken promises. We done had some lies told on us. Folks done gossip about us. Folks done dragged our name through the mud. Folks done made us out to be the bad person. You feel me? We done all been through that. Everybody on this line, we got that in common. Our family structure is shaky, right? You done had to cut ties with some so-called friends, right? You done left some jobs because you didn't like the environment. You didn't feel like you could grow. You know what I'm saying? You didn't feel like, it was what you needed, not you. Okay, lucky for you. Your life has been perfect. We'll clap for you, you know? But that's what I'm saying. Like, we've all been through some things because perfection is non-existent. And guess what? You don't get nothing right the first go round. Because if you would only ever have one relationship. Because guess what? That means your first relationship was the right one. So you'll be in that till death do you part. You'll be in that relationship to the end of your life. If we got everything right the first go round. Your first job will be your only job. Because you got it right? You don't need to make no changes. You where you want to be. Sorry to hear that about your daughter. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. We never get nothing right the first go round, y'all. Life is honestly, life is trial and error. Can I ask you? You asking me what made me strong? Honestly, it was a couple things, but I'm gonna start from the beginning. What made me strong was being a teenage mother and seeing how people viewed me and treated me. Because I was always one that looked at the world through my eyes, it was all rainbows and sunshines, right? This is what I thought. Sprinkles and glitter and, like the Care Bear stare, and you just smile and everything is better. I wore a smile all the time. So, but when I got pregnant, I was a junior in high school. Most people, 75% of the people, no, let me be real. 85% of the people that I thought was a friend, they couldn't talk to me. They couldn't hang out with me because their parents felt like I was contagious. Like, I guess if I breathed in the air, everybody around me was going to be pregnant. That's just, I had teachers tell me I might as well drop out because my life wasn't going to be none. I had family that had stuff to say. You feel me? So you feel me? You get what I'm saying? So all that did was light a fire in me like, oh, let me prove these motherfuckers wrong. Because I'm one of them people, tell me what I can't do, and I'm going to show you what I can do. See, so all that lit a fire in me. So all those people that you might as well drop out. No, I graduated top of my class, number 2 of my class, actually. You're dumb because you got to go. Who the fuck plans to get pregnant as a teenager? Did you plan to be ignorant when you came on this live? Block. Feel me? Like, we not doing that. They gone. Cause that was just threw me. I had to go there, but I got him up out of there. Yeah, he gone. He gone, Lady Banks. He gone. See, like I said, you can't even have a grown conversation because you always got idiots. But I'm not here to feel nobody's ego and help them feel better about themselves and give them some attention because they don't get none. We ain't doing that. I'm focusing on my people that's in here that got some common sense and know what it is to use it. But that, like, back to you, that's one of the things that made me strong. And then, I was a single mother for a long time. For a long time, it was me and my kids. So I didn't have the opportunity to be weak. I ain't had no time to be weak. Because guess what? It was get up, get it, make it happen, do what you got to do. Hey, Pink Lady, it was get up, do what you got to do, make it happen because your kids dependent on you. I'm one of them that, yes, I'm not asking nobody for no help. I'm not asking you for no handout. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been too many times where I may have needed somebody and people fail to realize sometimes you might be a person's last option or their only option. And people already have to humble themselves to come and ask you for help. But if they come ask you for help and you hang that over their head or you use that against them, you light something in a person where they're not asking you for nothing else. Hey, Heavy, what's going on, hon? Thanks for checking in with me. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand. Like, if I come to you and I say, you know what, I need $50. But then every time you see me, you got to ask me about that $50, or everybody in the family or everybody that we know got to know I got $50 from you. You can keep that moving. So that taught me right then and there, no, If it wasn't my mama or my daddy, I can count on one hand. Y'all see this four fingers and a thumb, right? I can count on this hand the number of people from that point to this day that I will go to if I need anything. And guess what? If you take away my siblings and my kids and my parents, nobody. You feel me? And that's just what it is, because life teaches us lessons. And sometimes we have to learn the hard way. You know why? Because sometimes we put too much trust and too much faith in the wrong people. Sometimes we put the wrong people on a pedestal. And sometimes we defend the very people that drag us through the mud. See, life got a way of showing you what it is you need to know if you pay attention and keep your eyes open. If you see what's there and stop trying to paint the picture to look how you want it to look. If you see it for what it is, you gonna see it for what it is. Thank you so much. Thank you. You know, and another thing that made me strong, honestly, was losing my father. And I tell everybody, anytime I go live, I keep a picture of my father right by my desk. When I tell y'all this man was my best friend, I'm talking about it wasn't nothing we didn't talk about. It wasn't nothing we didn't laugh together, cry together. He done had some struggles that he had to confide in me with, you know what I'm saying? But that man, when I tell you, and my mom no less, but I'm a daddy's girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm a daddy's girl, true and true, through and through. Feel me? Losing him. I lost my dad June 22nd of 2014. And even before I lost him, I realized how strong I was, because when I found out he was sick, it was just like, man, I need to prepare myself for what's to come. You know what I'm saying? Because he had cancer. So I knew what was coming, because it plagues our family, just like I'm sure everybody on here has lost somebody to cancer, right? So I knew what was to come. And my daddy kept telling me, anytime he would see me get weak, he said, don't do that. And I'd be like, what you mean? He said, because I need you. I'm relying on your strength to help me get through. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that I realized how strong I was losing him, because I honestly thought, no cap with y'all, I honestly thought, and I think people around me expected me to lose my mind. I think my family and those that knew me was waiting on me to break, because they know the connection me and my father had. They know that bond. So I really think they thought I was going to lose it. And for like 3 months, I was in a depression. Like, I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to be around nobody. When people would ask me, let me know what I can do, you know what I was telling people? Bring my daddy back. That's what my mind was. Even though I knew he was gone physically, right? Because he always in here. I was telling people, bring him back. That's all I wanted. I wish my dad was someone I could talk to, but if I need anything, see what I'm saying? At least, look, here's the thing, Pink Lady, even if you feel like you can't talk to him right now, the fact that you said he's always there lets me know that door's still open. You know, that lets me know that door is still open. The fact that he's even available to you, and some people don't have that, Pink Lady, don't lose hope, hon. Don't lose hope. It be like I told you, life has a way. It's like it goes in circles, right? Don't y'all ever catch yourself going through something and you think back like, man, like this feels so familiar, or this feels so, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I've been here before. I feel like I've done this before. I feel like I've experienced this before. To me, life goes in circles. That's how I am with my mom. Yo, yeah, I have that relationship with my mother too. I know my mother go to bed at like 8 o'clock, right? I can call my mother at 2 a.m. I say, Mom, you sleep? She'll say, no, baby, what is it? And I'm knowing damn well my mama sleep, right? I know she be sleep. But she gonna sit on the phone and she gonna listen nonetheless. And I am so grateful for my parents, because what they poured into me, I'm able to give my children and my grandchildren and my nephew. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm able to give that. That's a beautiful bond and really man, Bethany. Yes. When I tell you ain't nothing like that, because you know what? We hear so much about men being deadbeats, right? I get so tired of people when they want to drag their daddies. And don't get me wrong. We do have some fathers that are like that. But guess what? We got some mothers that's like that too. So how you going to drag one without dragging the other? It's some mothers that fall short just like the fathers do. But you don't hear people talking about them. But see, this platform, we hold everybody accountable. I get on my ladies just like I get on my men. Nobody is exempt, right? Because ain't none of us perfect, so we not always right. I tried many times, but he's old school, doesn't know. Oh, okay. Okay. And guess what? It's funny you say that, Pink Lady. I think that was a thing. Like a lot of them. But you know what? Guess what? I can tell you something. You know why he don't know how to deal with emotions? Because whoever raised him didn't know how to deal with emotions. I guarantee you, if you sat down and you asked your father about his upbringing, a lot of the issues that you have with him, I guarantee you, is stuff that he went through as a child. It circle, circle. My dad was dealing with his own trauma and just could. And guess what? And Lady Banks, guess what? A lot of times we hear them say, exactly, he wasn't taught that. There it is. There it is. And there it is. They can't give you what they don't have. And guess what? Sometimes, even when they fall short, just like we fall short, because let's be real, we all live what we learn, right? So because we live what we learn, whether it's good or bad, whether it's right or wrong, a part of us still got that in us and we still do those things. We may correct them later on in life once we realize how it affects us, our relationships, our children, how we parent, how we work, how we think, our mindset. We might do what it takes to change those things, but guess what? The resources we have now, our parents and grandparents didn't have, right? And I know for a fact, the reason I was able to have the parents that I have is because of my grandparents. I had a relationship with all my grandparents, and guess what? They were so full of love, full of life. They was big on family. This is not a tarot reading. We don't do readings in here. We're just talking. I don't do tarot readings. Um, so they live what they learn. So when you hear them say, I did the best I could, they not making no excuse. Because sometimes we feel like, oh, that's just an excuse. You just don't want to do no better. You just don't want to change. No, sometimes they really being honest. Sometimes all that they poured into you was all that they had. Sometimes all that they taught you was all that they knew. Sometimes the way that they raised you, exactly, it's family time. Sometimes the way that they raised you is the way they was raised. And guess what? If this is all you've been taught, and this is all you've been around, and this is all you know, you don't realize that it's wrong. You don't realize that it's wrong. I mean, prime take that same logic and apply it to relationships. A lot of times, men that see their mother being abused or used, they sometimes turn out to be those same men or put that same hurt on somebody. And sometimes they resent their mother for not defending herself, or they resent themselves for not being able to defend their mother. The same with girls. If you grow up and you see that, sometimes you look for those abusive relationships because it's familiar. Even though it's wrong, it's all you fucking know. We all live what we learn. When we was kids, we was like sponges. We absorb everything around us. If somebody cursed, you think we weren't gonna try to say no curse word? But guess what? It only comes out as anger when they not taught how to express it. Yeah. If you raise your son, look, I tell my sons and my nephew, guess what? You have feelings. Your feelings matter. You don't have to keep nothing bottled up inside. You express how you feel because that's what eats you up. I want them to be in touch with their manhood, and I want them to understand it does not make you less of a man if you shed a tear. It does not make you less of a man if you speak on how you feel. It does not make you less of a man if you don't agree with your woman. Because I tell my kids, it's not happy wife, happy life. It's happy spouse, happy house. Because guess what? You matter just as much as the person you with. But society don't teach them that. Society don't teach them that. When they're growing up, if they fall or get hurt, what somebody say? Get up, dust yourself off. Don't cry. What you crying for? You acting like a punk. That's all they hear when they growing up. That's all they hear when they growing up. So they suppress those feelings. Because when you little and you can't shed a tear and you got to be tough, more gonna expect it out of you. More is gonna be expected from you as you get older. So they suppress those feelings, and then they dealing with stuff that you never even know about. Exactly. You hear man up. You acting like a punk. Quit acting like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of shit that men deal with, and a lot of times they receive it from us women. Let's be real. A lot of times they receive it from us women. I don't want no weak ass man. I don't want no lame. That he giving me lame vibes. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he got a man up. He too weak for me. He too clingy. Baby, I want mine to show emotion. I want you to be in touch with your emotions. I want you to be secure enough to come and tell me how you feel. I want you to be able to pull my coattail if I'm fucking up. If I offend you, if I hurt you, come tell me. Because you have the right. Because guess what? I'm going to fucking tell you. Exactly. Quit being no. To all my brothers on here. Guess what? Your feelings matter just as much as whoever you with, just as much as your parents, your grandparents, and whomever else. Yes, your feelings matter. Don't let nobody tell you that they don't. And when you hear people say, well, real men don't do this, tell them that's because they ain't never met a real man. Dead them conversations. Don't even entertain that foolishness, baby. Because that's the problem. People look at life in the world like it's one-sided. No, ain't no one-sided. The rules are even across the board. See what I'm saying? You talk and think about it. So guess what? If your father was taught men don't cry and toughen up, have you ever seen your father shed a tear, Pink Lady? Have you ever seen your father shed a tear? Or just express his discontent about anything? Or, cause see, men taught to just go with the flow. They got to grin and bear it. They taught to provide and protect. And they think as long as they go to work and pay the bills, that's enough. No, baby. You don't supposed to work yourself into the ground. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be able to enjoy life and speak on what you got a problem with. Don't hold that shit in. That will eat you up. And then guess what? Then you walking around with resentment. Not only because you haven't expressed how you felt, because guess what? Ain't nobody bothered to ask you how you felt. Nobody bothered to say, how was your day? How's everything at work? People don't ask men that all. Let me tell you something. People don't ask folks that, hey, Jazzy, I'm sorry, boo. I just told people I hadn't been on. Yes, it's spiritual cancer. Like, people don't ask men, how was your day? Because guess what? We expect men to be okay. We expect them to grin and bear it. Whole time, you expect them to be okay, but you're not asking them how they feel. You expect them to be okay, but when they express their feelings, they get called out of their name or they looked at as less of a man. None of that is logical to me. None of that makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I raised 2 sons and an older nephew. You get what I'm saying? And I taught them all the same thing. No, baby, you matter. I'm one of them that regularly, I'm on the family chat. Just like I come in here and check on y'all, I'm on family chat. Like, how everybody doing? Check in. How y'all doing? How the week going? Anybody need anything? How y'all feeling mentally? How y'all feeling emotionally? Because I want to make sure that the people I love are okay. Not just the women, but I want to make sure that everybody is okay. Because if we can extend that same love and grace to the women, why we can't give it to the men? We all struggle out here in this world. We all fighting some serious battles out here in this world. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I just feel like I just believe in being fair. I believe in being right and being fair. And it's just, thank you, Kenrick. Thank you. It's just like, for real. How can I, because here's the thing. How can I sit up and dog men when, guess what? I'm a daddy's girl. My father's been in my life my whole life until he died 7 years ago. I'm a mother who birthed 2 sons and I raised my oldest nephew. So and I have brothers that I adore, that I move heaven and earth for. So how can I have played a vital part in the lives of these people, then turn around and say men ain't shit? Make that make sense? Because guess what? If I say men ain't shit, that's like me saying I'm not shit because I raised 3 men. Hello, somebody. Because we going to church tonight. If I say men ain't shit, then I wear the crown for being not shit as well because I raised 3 men. I just want people to look at stuff for what it is. I want people to see stuff for how it really is. 15 whose parent. You see what I'm saying? They came from your house. Exactly. Like, we can't, that's just like a man saying, women ain't shit, but guess what? He was raised by his mother or his grandmother. He got daughters. He got sisters. It makes no sense. So when I see people say stuff like that, I be so confused. Like, wait a minute. How you gonna dog men or women when you was raised by them? You have sons and daughters. You got brothers and sisters. So it's like, are they in that ain't shit category or they separate? Because you do realize when you say men or all men, you saying all men, right? And when you say women, you speaking in general as against women. Thank you. You see what I'm saying? So I never understood why people take that approach. Oh, men ain't shit. People go so far as to say all men are dogs. Boo, stay away from the kennel. That's all I could tell you. All men dogs, stay away from the kennel. I don't know where you getting your dogs from. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't, because I don't view all men the same. I don't view all people the same. I view people on an individual basis based on my relationship with them. My relationship with them personally. Can't nobody come tell me so-and-so ain't shit. Can't nobody come tell me what so-and-so about. I get to know people for myself. Because guess what? If you sit back and let people tell you about folk and keep you away from people and you misjudge people based off what you heard, you might miss out on some good people in your life. You might have missed out on a potential best friend, a potential soulmate, somebody that could have possibly saved your life or put you in a better position in life if you allowed that to be dictated by other people. Yes, miss out on your whole blessing. Exactly. I ain't never been one. I'm not going to dislike somebody just because you dislike them. Because guess what? How I know you ain't done nothing bogus while y'all into it? How I know it's their fault? It could be your fault. You could be the one in the wrong telling me not to like them or telling me about them. It could be you. Am I just to assume it's them? Because you told me that? I ain't never been a follower. I've never been a follower. And my mother always told me growing up, ooh, you're not going to be very popular with people. You're not going to have many friends. And baby, she ain't lie. And I used to say, why? Why you say that? She said, because you're too honest. She said, sometimes people want friends that's going to tell them what they want to hear, not what they need to hear. I said, oh, well, then that just ain't the person for me. Yes, we all have a purpose. Yes. Thank you. Individuality. Like, because guess what? If all of us was the same, how boring would life be? How boring would the world be? If we all thought the same, we couldn't have an intelligent conversation because we already know what the outcome would be. If we all viewed things the same, what would there ever be to talk about? Because we already know what the next person thinking because they think like me. I like getting on here or, having these conversations where we could talk about difficult things that we've gone through in life and situations or just ask random questions and we all connect with each other. I like that. To me, that's what it is to be an adult. We can appreciate similarities and we can respect differences. We don't have to be disrespectful. See, that's me. That's me, Pink Lady. I'm honest and I don't sugarcoat. See, I always say truth is the hardest pill. People want it, but they can't swallow it. They say they want it, but they only want it if it look like what they want it to look like. Thank you. I'd rather not have a friend. Thank you. Because guess what? I don't want you to consider yourself my friend if you can't tell me the truth. I want you to be able to say, you know what, Katrina, you was wrong when you did this. You know what? The way you handled that, you probably could have handled that better. I will not get offended because guess what? I know you telling me for my own good. I trust that you're not going to tell me nothing wrong. Because when I consider you a friend, you got my trust. Right? And I should have your trust enough where you can respect and receive what I'm saying. But a lot of people can't. A lot of people can't. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like do y'all know? Let me tell you something. I came across a live. Y'all gonna think I'm lying. I promise y'all I'm not lying. I came across a live, y'all. And do y'all know the people were silent? The host wasn't saying nothing. Like, this my live, right? And they were sitting up there like this. This was the whole live. When I tell y'all, I thought it was a connection issue, so I stayed on for like 15 minutes. He ain't say nothing. But guess what? His silent live had almost 1,000 viewers just watching him do and say nothing. Now, can somebody explain that to me? Yes, I don't want no fake nothing around me. Fake friends, fake love, fake support. Baby, you can keep it. Because I'm going to spot it anyway from a mile away. I'm going to know it ain't real. So instead of me having to call you on it, you might as well just keep it over there. Yes, the lie, when I tell you, Pink Lady, look, y'all, I promise y'all I'm not lying. Yet, so y'all ain't going to talk? You know, because if I see people that's on live, I try to at least pop in, you know, show some support. Because sometimes it be people first live, they be nervous. I be trying to help them through it. You know what I'm saying? But like, gee, I'm not going to sit here and watch you sit here. That's really what it was. Me sitting here watching you sit there. No. I feel like that's such a waste. But guess what? Everybody got their audience because they loved it. They was communicating with each other, you know, on the thread, but the host wasn't saying nothing. When I tell y'all didn't say nothing, didn't say one word. Exactly. Just sitting there like this. Like looking at y'all comments. That's how and I'm like, this can't be real. At first I thought it was a prank. I'm like, okay, is this a prank or something? But like I told you, I sat there for about 15 minutes and I realized, no, this was really real. And I'm like, okay. I guess there really is you know what I'm saying? It really is somebody for everything. Like for real. Yes, it's so weird. Because guess what? I like to spend my time wisely. And you know, I think all of us, especially since the pandemic, if we haven't learned nothing else, we should have learned how to value our time, how to value the people that matter to us. Yes, few people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I don't ever have a lot of like viewers. Like I might have like 15, 20, you know, and that's enough for me. We can engage. I've been on live sometimes and it's been me and 2 or 3 other people. But guess what? Our conversation was just as meaningful as the one we having now. Do you have any tips on how to build self-discipline? Okay, Bethany, what are some areas that you're weak in? Because I don't want to just give you broad suggestions. What areas do you struggle in? Like, is it financial? Is it emotional? Is it, you know, spiritual? Is it relationship? You know what I'm saying? Is it family? Is it friends? So what area do you feel like you struggle in that you need self-discipline in? And then I'll definitely give you, you know, some my opinion, you know, because I'm not a therapist, you know, I'm not an expert, but I done been around long enough in my 44 years to have seen and been through quite a few things where maybe I can give you some good suggestions. This one. See what I'm saying? Did people like this? See what I'm saying? When I tell y'all all the time that it costs nothing to be kind, people like this, we gonna pray for them. You know what I'm saying? That whatever they believe in has mercy on their soul. Because you come in here to do what? To throw us off? We gonna vibe anyway. You know what I'm saying? If it was 100 years ago, you'd be on a farm somewhere. Now that, who comes on? This is why I do these lives and this is why I have these conversations, because it's something wrong with a whole lot of people in this world. Like, we sitting on here having a good time, we vibing, we showing love to each other, we communicating back and forth. Then you always got the weirdos that pop in out of nowhere. But guess what? I don't even. As soon as I see them pop up with the dumb stuff, exit stage left. You can go. You're a good common sense counselor. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You know what? All I can do is be me. That's it. Because guess what? Can't nobody be me better than me. Just like can't nobody be y'all better than y'all. So the stuff that you might feel like you struggle with, guess what? Sometimes we have to look for the purpose in our pain. That's what we have to look for. We have to look for the purpose in our pain, because I believe it's a lesson to be learned in any and everything that we go through. I believe it's a lesson to be learned. Because guess what? Like I told my daughter last week, I said, in life, I want you to remember one thing. I said, is one thing for certain about life. It's blessings and it's lessons. If stuff goes the way you plan, that's a blessing. If it doesn't, you at least still learned a lesson in it. Maybe you learned what not to do. Maybe you learned how to do things differently. You know what I'm saying? I love and appreciate you. That's why I try to. Man, yes. Because guess what? That's just what I look at as paying it forward, right? If I can stop you from making the same mistake or experiencing the same hurt that I did, why wouldn't I? You know what I'm saying? You don't have to look like me. You don't have to think like me. You don't have to believe like me. You don't have to worship like me, right? But what does it matter? We're humans. At the end of the day, we all have feelings. We all have emotions. You get what I'm saying? Yes. 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 There you go. All bad. Yes. I'm that's me. Like I try to find the good, but guess what? We have so many people that look for the bad. Like if it's going good, they just expecting the next shoe to fall. You know what I'm saying? They just waiting on the next shoe to drop. Like they just know something coming. But guess what? What's up, gang? We have to be mindful of what we put into the atmosphere. We have to be mindful of our thoughts, very cautious of our words, because y'all know words are powerful. It's like a double-edged sword. So I try to be mindful of what I put out there. I try to be mindful of what I speak over my life, over myself, over my family, my children. Like I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing stuff the right way. You know what I'm saying? When I'm gone, I don't want people sitting around with all these negative memories and negative views of me. When I'm gone, I want people to be able to say, you know what? Sis, no, she did. Man, she was big on uplifting people. She was there for people. She had a good heart. She had a good spirit. That's what I want to be remembered by. That's what I'm living my life for. If you look for something, come on. Come on. But guess what? If you look for something, you find it. And guess what? And if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. You got to have a purpose. Because if you don't have a purpose, you tend to look for purpose in other things. Thank you. Y'all like, yes. But like I tell everybody, quit asking folks to pray for you. Pray. Because a lot of times people praying on you. Prey. So people got to be mindful. You can pray for yourself. Just like we on this live and I'm talking. Hey, whoever you pray to, whatever you believe, there you go. Pray on. You can do that yourself. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly. That's why, you know what, Pink Lady, that's why we not, because guess what? If this was 100 years ago, because let me tell you how dumb that person was. He said if it was 100 years ago, I'd be on a farm somewhere, right? No, if it was 100 years ago, I would not even be in existence. See what I'm saying? I'm 44, so I'm clearly not over 100. So if it was 100 years ago, I wouldn't even be here. But I ain't feed into it. I just politely got him up out of here. You feel me? I learned that some people just want attention so bad, they'll go from live to live and just pop in and say dumb stuff. That's what they do. Because I kid you not, I could be on a live and I can get off that live and somebody else, I can get off one live, right, and go to another one, and the same troll that was on one pops in on another one. They got nothing better to do. But think about how miserable you have to be to try to throw insults at another person who you don't even know. Think about it. Something has to be wrong with you to just hop in, to come in my house, because this is what I say, because this is my house. Y'all at home. You have to be miserable to come in somebody's house and be disrespectful, especially you weren't even invited. So you just popped in here, said what you was going to say, thought you was going to get a rise out of us because you wanted some attention. No, I know attention seekers when I see them. I don't entertain it. Man. Hey there, Derby. How you doing? Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I got my music going in the background. I'm upstairs in my office. I'm just trying to vibe. I'm just trying to, guess what, help my fellow sisters and brothers work through some stuff. Y'all helping me work through some stuff. Holiday is coming up. Guess what? It's a lot of people dealing with grief, right? It's a lot of people lost loved ones this year. So this going to be their first Thanksgiving, their first Christmas, their first New Year's without that person, right? Like, you don't know what people going through. So it costs you nothing to be kind. It costs you nothing to be courteous. Like, what's wrong with me saying, man, I love all y'all. I wish the best of all of y'all. I hope your cup overflow with blessings. What's wrong with me saying that and being genuine in it? I don't have to know you personally to root for you. I don't have to know you personally to want the best for you. I don't have to know you personally to speak life into you. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Our life ain't just about us. Even though sometimes some people think that. Your life is not just about you. It definitely is not. You're going to affect and infect, hopefully more affect, a whole lot of people along the way. Thank you so much. Thank you. You know, it just we can't thank man. Here's the thing. The world is negative enough. It's chaotic enough. Do we have to add to that? No. I just believe in being the change that I want to see. I believe in what I want to get back. So, y'all seen me? Y'all might have saw a pause. Sorry, somebody was trying to join our live. No, sir. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. If you have not been in here conversing with us on this live, I've never seen you in a live. You're not even on my friends list. You're not going to pop on. Get on this live with me and throw our vibe off. No, I have seen that end in disaster for a whole lot of people by just accepting folks on their live because they were trying to get more people in. No, I don't need that. I'm good. I'm good. Nope, not doing it. I've seen that happen, and one lady was in tears on her own live because the person got on and was very disrespectful. Called her everything but a child of God. No, I'm not doing that. Especially for people, where can I find? You know what, Cameron? Don't even look. Because I have learned that when we look for things, we rarely find it. Prime example, y'all ever lost something? The remote control, your car keys. Hey, Richard, I'm fine. How are you? You know, y'all ever lost something and then you was looking for it and you couldn't find it, right? But the moment you sat down and you stopped looking, all of a sudden, there go your keys. There go the remote. There go your wallet. There go your cell phone. There go your glasses, right? We never look for stuff when we find it. But you know what? Speak it into existence. I tell anybody, I'm big on speaking stuff. Hey, this is how I want my life to look. Hey, Jules. Oh, you're on. Hey, sweetie. I'm glad you're back. So tonight, you guys, for those that are joining us, we're talking about like things we need to let go of, things or people, stuff we need to stop doing, you know, habits we need to break, you know, or anything else that you guys bring to the floor. Hey, we will definitely discuss it like we always do. This platform is always an open floor. Sometimes we have a topic, but guess what? Even if we do, we can always talk about something else. Everybody has a voice in here. Showing kindness is the best thing we can do for one another. It don't cost nothing. Look, free 99. Pink lady, free 99. It don't cost nothing. Oh yeah, always place you where you need to be. Guess what? Not only place you where you need to be, but when you need to be there. When you need to be there. Because let's be real. A lot of the stuff that we want or that we pray for or that we hope comes to us, we're not even ready. A lot of times we ask for stuff and we won't even know how to keep it if we get it. We're not ready mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. We're not ready, right? Spiritually. So we have to make sure that we've done our work, the work within us. Because you can decorate the outside, but you got to fix the inside. Because if the inside ain't right, the outside don't even matter. So we can decorate the outside, but we got to fix the inside. The inside is the foundation. If that ain't right, the outside don't even matter. Oh, boundary. Oh man, Richard. Now that's one. That's a real one. I've been there. And can I tell you something? I'm not gonna even sugarcoat it. It's hard. It is so hard telling people no, especially the people that we love, the people that mean something to us, or if people have helped us before. Because why do we always feel obligated to people? Why do we feel like we gotta do certain things, or we gotta help certain people, or we gotta carry certain burdens? That ain't even ours. Do y'all know we feel so obligated to so many people? It's ridiculous. Love, understanding, acceptance, and happiness. There you go. There you go, pink lady. But yes, Richard, it's hard. But you know what I tell you? That first no is the hardest. Somebody, well, you know what, Richard, do you have? And if it's a constant pattern, if it's somebody that you always bailing out, you always a crush to this person, let me give you a visual. If you fracture your ankle or something and you go to the doctor and they give you a crutch, that crutch is temporary, right? That crutch ain't permanent. It's for temporary use, right? Imagine how it is when you constantly being a crutch to people. As long as you got a crutch, you ain't gonna stand on your own. Think of it like that. Long as you got a crutch, folks ain't gonna stand on their own. So you have to stop being that crutch. Oh yeah, it's extremely hard. My first no broke my heart. Do y'all know my first time I had to tell somebody no? Do y'all know I cried? Because it was somebody I love dearly. And it's usually your family or a friend or somebody close to you that you've been around for years and you got a bond with and you got history with. And you feel like, I owe it to this person though. But they been there for me when nobody else was there. They had my back when I ain't had nobody else. But I'm pretty sure you done paid it forward 1,000 times since then. Thank you. You can't always put yourself in a bad position to help other people. Or what I say, don't set yourself on fire to keep other folks warm. That's how I put it. Because if you always got everybody back, but then when you need help, you got to put your back against the wall, that ain't fair to you. And I'm going to tell you something you don't want to hear, but I'm going to tell you because I love y'all. And I had to tell myself the same thing. Some people don't even be needing your help. They just going to come to you because they rather use your resources than they own. Some folks don't really need you. They just going to come to you because guess what? Richard will do it. Richard's a stand-up guy. He going to look out for me. Richard, that's my buddy. He got my back. Don't let people play them games on you. And when you tell them no, don't let them run no guilt trip on you. Say no without an explanation and without an apology. It's simply no. Richard, can you do? No, well, unfortunately, no. And that's it. The conversation's over with. I done said no. I done gave my answer. We ain't got nothing else to talk about. What's the next topic? Well, do you think you can loan? I ain't got it. Nope, not in a position to do that. That's it. You stop feeling like y'all got to explain y'allself to people. I said what I said when I said it, and I meant it when I said it. I have a shirt that I did that says, I said what I said and I meant that shit. I got a shirt that says that. I said what I said and I meant that shit. Because if you don't dead the conversation, people have a way of roping you in to doing what they want you to do. So if you don't say that no and stand firm on that no, guess what? The conversation going to keep going. Then they going to remind you of a time when they did something for you. And then you going to start feeling bad. They going to play on your emotions. Boop. Roped you in with the guilt trip. And now you're going to be like, well, you know what? Don't even worry about it. Yeah, I got you. No. Don't let people do you like that. Because guess what? When you set boundaries, now everybody mad at you. When you set boundaries, now you the bad guy. Now you acting funny. Now you done changed. But you only changed when you stop letting people take advantage of you. See, when you stop letting people take advantage of you, they can't manipulate you. You no longer beneficial to you. Now you the problem. Guess what? You just have to be that problem. They can find somebody else to play the mind games with, because that's all it is. That's all it is. And sometimes you just got to get to telling people, don't ask me for shit I can't ask you for. Sometimes you just got to tell. Sometimes we just can't. We can be nice. You know what I'm saying? I'm never telling anybody to stop being who and how you are, because I'm not going to stop. But you have to understand, everybody don't deserve access to you like that. Everybody don't deserve access to you. Everybody don't deserve the benefits to reap the benefits of your hard work. Some people do, but not everybody. Because most of the time, the people that deserve to reap the benefits ain't even the people that's asking you for nothing. Sometimes the people that's really been there, don't ask you for nothing. They will drain. Let me tell you something. I tell people it's two kinds of attachments in life. They breathe life into you. You know, an oxygen machine? It breathes life into you. Or a vacuum sucks it out of you. Which do you want around you? Which do you want to be? And that's it. And that's not mean. Boundaries are necessary, because guess what? A lack of boundaries leads to lack of respect. If you ain't got no boundaries, people feel like they can treat you any kind of way. They feel like they can take advantage. They feel like they can say what they want. You know why? Because we've allowed it. If we don't nip it in the bud, if we don't address it, if we don't say, no, this is not what this is, guess what? It will continue, because we sending the message that it's okay. If we don't correct it, we condoning it. So we sending the message that it's okay. And guess what? You don't have to be you don't have to be okay with nothing that you ain't okay with. That's it. You don't got to pretend for nobody. You ain't got to fake for nobody. You ain't got to, when you really want to go off, no. Say what you mean and mean what you say and stand on it. Hey, little honey, we just talking about things and things and people we need to let go of and stuff we need to do different. That's all. Yeah, Jules, we had this conversation, but it's hard. I'm not going to say it's easy, but guess what? It's necessary. Because if you keep putting everybody above you, when you going to come first? Think about it. Think about it. If they chasing their dream and you chasing them, who chasing you? If they the priority of their life and they the priority of your life, who are you a priority to? There you go. Man, there it is. I love accountability. I am so big on accountability. And there it is. See, it ain't they use me. You said it exactly right. Because guess what? They couldn't use you without your permission. They couldn't use you without your permission. And I'm not saying you sat back and said, oh, yes, you can use me. No, they could not have done the things they did had you not allowed it. And guess what? We can only expect what we accept. I'm going to say that again for somebody who didn't catch it. You can only expect what you accept. So sometimes instead of doing this, you got to start doing this. They lied to me. Okay, that's on them. But how you react to it is on you. Right? This person stole from me. I don't even mean material things. I mean stole your peace, stole your joy, stole your happiness, stole your self-esteem. Okay, they stole it the first time. Did you let them back in to steal more? Then that's on you. Because we got to take responsibility for some of the stuff that goes on in our life. And we have more control than we think. If we stay in a messed up situation or we put ourselves in a messed up situation, is that somebody else's fault or is that mine? Because now don't get me wrong. It's your fault if you do me dirty. It's your fault if you lied on me. It's your fault if you gossip about me. But guess what? It's my fault if I still welcome you into my space. If you already show me what you about and I still choose to accept you in my space, whatever comes from that point on is on me because you already showed me what you about. If I keep you around and I know you a snake, I deserve to get bit. Let me replay that. If I keep you around and I know you a snake, I deserve to be bitten. And that's not saying I'm not sympathetic to anything that any of us go through. I'm very sympathetic. You feel me? But here's the thing. I don't do excuses. I'm big on accountability because guess what? The only way we gonna grow is if we deal and heal. And sometimes that dealing requires us to hold ourselves accountable. Yes, when people show you, come on. And guess what? We do that. We always trying to repaint the picture. Somebody done showed us they true colors. And guess what we do? Especially women. Guess what we do, y'all? Yeah, I'm coming down y'all street now. Guess what we do? We make excuses. Well, maybe they had a bad day. Maybe they didn't mean it like that. Maybe it was something I said. Maybe it was me. Maybe if I do this different. Maybe if I change the way I do that. Maybe if I change the way I look at that. Maybe it wasn't personal. Baby, it's hard. Yes, sister, it's hard work, but you definitely got to look inside because guess what? When you allow yourself to see it for what it is, you see it for what it is. It's always personal. Always. Because guess what? A lot of times we allow certain things. The question ain't why Tyrone do me like this? A bigger question for me is, why did I allow Tyrone to do me like this? Because it's never just one action. Let's be real. We grown here, right? I tell y'all, we having some grown folk conversation. It's never just one action. Tyrone ain't just lied to me one time. By the time I snapped, Tyrone probably done lied a dozen times. You know what I'm saying? Tyrone wasn't just disrespectful that one time and I kicked him to the curb. No, he had another chance because as women and as people that's in love, not just women, but anybody in love in a relationship, and this is the end all be all, and this is my world, and I can't survive without this person. I need them like the air that I breathe, right? We give chance after chance after chance. So it ain't just the first time that we kicked them to the curb. So instead of asking why Tyrone did me dirty, why I allowed Tyrone to do me like that? Why did I give him so many chances? What was it in me that felt like I didn't deserve no better? What was it in me that felt like that disrespect was okay? Come on now. Like, we got to do some soul searching. We got to do some soul searching. It got to be something broken in me where I feel like that's acceptable. And guess what? If my daughter see that, now my daughter think that's the way a man's supposed to treat her. And now my sons think that's the way they supposed to be as a man. Because guess what? I mean, if my mama accepted this and my mama is always right? Well, my mama always right. And if my mama accepted this, or if my mama doing this, then this got to be the right way. Do we realize what we put in our kids just by the stuff we allow? Thank you. What is it in me that I need to fix? Because obviously something is broken. Something within me is broken somewhere, and I need to get to the root of it, address it. Don't keep going around smiling, acting like everything okay. And then when I leave Tyrone, then I'm with Bob, and then I leave Bob, and I'm with James, and I leave James, and I'm with Bill, and I leave Bill. No, you got to fix what's in you, because if you don't, you gonna break everybody else along the way that don't even deserve it. Oh, they'll never take. You know what? It's just like a child, right? You raising your child. It's just like your child do something, say at school, or they disrespectful to an adult, and you make an excuse for them. Well, you know, what did you do to them? Now, my kid ain't just did it. What did you do? It got to be something you did. At that moment, you have shown that child that they can't do no wrong. So guess what? That child has that mentality throughout their life, and they grow up to be an adult that feel like they don't have to take no responsibility for nothing that they do. They feel like the rules don't apply to them. They feel like they can do what they want. They lack accountability because guess what? You never showed them what it was to be accountable for their actions. It was no repercussions to what they did that was wrong. You didn't hold them accountable. It was no punishment or no conversation explaining where they went wrong and what they should have done. Entitlement. Come on. There it is. There it is. Y'all know how many kids walking around now with a sense of entitlement? Y'all know, because we know a lot of kids personally. It might be nieces, nephews, hell, it might be some of y'all own kids, right? It's people walking around with a sense of entitlement. And you know how you know? It's those kids that you might buy them a gift and they might be like, you might buy them a gift and they might look at a price tag. You might show up at their birthday party with no gift because guess what? Maybe you didn't have the money to get a gift. And the first thing they'll say is, you ain't bring no gift? And nose turned up. Or it might be a child that's coming to you having a conversation like they grown because you know they done sat in the midst of grown folk. Shallow. Yes. We got to be mindful of what we teach our children because like I said, they're little sponges. They absorb everything. And just like we sat on here and said, we live what we learn. You think the rule don't apply to our children? If they grow up in a hostile environment, you don't think they're going to be full of anger? And if they grow up in an environment based on love, you don't think they're going to know what it is to show love and be kind? See, we determine that. We determine that. That's why I tell people all the time, I don't care if your grandmama and somebody else's grandmama went to church together. I don't care if y'all mamas used to work together and was best friends. I don't care if y'all fathers used to work together and was best friends. Everybody shouldn't be in your house. Everybody shouldn't be around your kids. Everybody shouldn't even know where you live. Especially everybody you date. Period. Because here's the thing. Do you ever really know people? Because see, people have a way of pretending very well. People show you what they want you to see. A lot of times you don't know the evilness in people until it's too late and it rears its ugly head. By then it's too late. There's nothing you can do about it. You know how many people deal with childhood trauma, molestation, physical abuse, stuff like that from people that they know? People that was in the house with them? Family? Close friends? Neighbors? Babysitters? Like, for real, do y'all know that's where a lot of that happens from? to children is a large number of people that they know personally, that they don't have no problem being around or going with because this person is always around. Come on now. And I get it. We can't, sometimes you can't be everywhere all the time. You can't be involved in everything. But guess what? You better be alert and involved in the things that you can be involved in. You better ask questions. If some don't sit right with you, guess what? Change it. If you don't like being around certain people, don't put your kids around them. If you don't like going to Grandma Rosie house, don't drop your kids off at Grandma Rosie house. If you don't like being around Uncle Pete because he give you pervert vibes, guess what? Your kids shouldn't be around Uncle Pete either. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. Like, we got to use common sense. A lot of times we put ourselves in messed up situations, or we put our kids in messed up situations. Why? Man, come on. You better listen to them kids. And guess what? Let's be real. Do y'all know kids have the sweetest, the purest souls? They have the purest hearts. Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, Jules. That just sent a chill through me. I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. Because when you go through stuff like that, unfortunately, it shapes the way you view life, and it shapes a lot of decisions that you make. Unfortunately, when you've gone through and you've suffered certain things, it shapes the way you look at the world. You lack trust. You got your guard up. You dealing with anxiety. You dealing with depression. Like, you don't want to be around nobody because you don't know who to trust. And that's an unfortunate way to go through life. It really is. And like I told you before, when you was on my last live, if you need me, you need somebody to talk to, you feel like life is getting overwhelming, baby, hit my inbox, leave a phone number, send a message, and I promise you I will reach out, because we have had deep conversation. I promise you I will reach out, because I just don't believe I don't believe we were created to go through things alone. I believe we all need somebody. And sometimes the only person somebody got is a stranger that they've never seen. Well, you've seen me but have never met. Sometimes that's all you got. And I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to criticize. I'm simply here to help you in any way that I can, and give you the best tools that I got that have helped me. That's all I can do. I'm not a miracle worker, but guess what? Even if I can just be somebody that just listens, that help get the burden off you, I'll do that. Because, baby, life is hard enough, especially if you got to deal with it all on your own. And I'm going to be uploading. I've had a couple people like, man, why I can't go back and rewatch your live? I don't know how this whole TikTok thing works. So I know I can go back and look at my lives, but I don't think you guys can. So I had a couple people on here, a couple of my followers walk me through how to set up Patreon. So I have set up a Patreon account. The link is on my profile. It's different tiers. It's like a monthly fee, but it's like a $5 one, it's a $10 one, and it's a $25 one. The $5 one is like all my lives, TikTok lives, and it's all my Patreon streams. The $10 one is all of that as well, but with a daily motivational message. The $25 one is all of that with the daily motivational message. It's a monthly call with me, 15-minute check-in, and it's discounted merchandise. So I just set up different tiers for people whatever they want to do. You know, because sometimes we hear a message and we need to go back. Because I signed up with somebody. That's how I know how it works, aside from the people telling me. Because sometimes you just need to hear some encouragement. You know, sometimes we feel like giving up. And guess what? You don't want to tell people you feel like you giving up. Because guess what? Then they're going to talk down to you. They're going to make you feel even worse than how you already feeling. Like, you don't need to be criticized or critiqued or judged when you trying to. If you already struggling with something, the last thing you need is for me to come on here and tell you, well, you got to do better. Get it together. Get yourself together. That's judgmental. That's damn near condescending. Like, you don't need that. When you're going through something, you need understanding. You need grace. You need mercy. You need somebody that's going to be sympathetic to the situation. Because like I said, I'm not perfect. Hell, y'all know my struggles. I was a teenage mother, right? I was a single mother for a very long time. I know what it is to go through a whole lot of things and to feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulder, or to feel like the only person you can count on is you because you don't want to bother nobody else. I know what that's like. And I'm pretty sure we've all been there where, guess what? The people we thought would be there wasn't there. Even though they said, I'm here if you need me, and let me know if you need something. When you turned around, few and far between, right? Because see, it sound good. I think people say stuff because it sound good, but then they don't want to act on those words. Like I said it in the moment, it sounded good, but did I really mean it? No. Well, then don't say it. If you're not willing to stand in the gap for people, if you're not willing to be a listening ear that's not attached to a running mouth, if you're not willing to hold some confidential secrets, if you're not willing to put your struggles aside to be there for somebody else, you got to be mindful of what you say to people. And you can't speak from your experiences. You know what I'm saying? You can't speak from your pain. No, your situation and the next person is totally different. Exactly. You rather not hear, thank you. And then you feel like, hell, I should have just kept my mouth closed. I should have just kept it to myself. Nobody wants to deal with that. Because we got that bad, especially women. Why are we so quick to tear each other down? Why? We need sisterhood. We need sisterhood. We need brotherhood. We need people that can come together and be there for each other, that can bridge the gap. That's what we need. We don't need nobody digging holes in the foundation. No, we need people helping build the foundation up to make it stronger, more solid. I'm just saying. What I say is free 99 to be courteous, free 99 to be humble, free 99 to be kind. It costs you nothing. It costs you nothing. So like I said, for me, when it comes to our topic, it was pretty much everything that you guys said. It was a work in progress for me many years ago. I stopped caring what people thought. I stopped trying to make everybody else happy. I started making myself happy. I stopped looking for, I ain't never been one to look for approval. I just didn't care. I didn't mind being the odd man out. I just don't mind. Like, we have to change our mindset, because until we change that, we'll continue to look at things through the same lenses. I think women give more chance in relationship rather than friendship. One thing happens and it's like, man, you said something, Bethany. Let me piggyback off that. You know what we also do, Bethany, and I hate it? We give more chance in relationships than we do with our own family. Hello, somebody. Now, this is a conversation for you right here, because the holiday is coming up, which holidays are usually about family, right? Now, this is a conversation for you. We give more chances in relationships than we do friendships and family. Why? Because we be quick to cut family off, just like we be quick to cut friends off. But why? But we'll sit over here and love Tyrone dirty draws, and he treat us like crap. He lie. He full of shit. He don't do nothing. He don't contribute. He lazy. He disrespectful. But guess what? But we love him. We love him. But guess what? Your friends or your family do something or say something you don't like. I don't got to deal with this. I don't need this around me. I don't need this drama. I don't need this toxicity. But it's a nigga laying on your couch right now that got toxic written all over him. But he could stay. I never understood that. Can somebody please explain that to me? Because guess what? I just don't understand. Because if you value one relationship, I would think that you value all. So if you're willing to work out the differences and the issues in one, I would think that you care just enough for those other people to work out those differences as well. That's just me. Because I'm not quick to give on anything or anybody that matters to me. I'm one to ask you, well, what's going on? What's wrong? We need to have a conversation. Okay, let's talk. As y'all can see, I could talk. I'm a talker. I'm a thinker. So I'm always trying to get to the root of the problem. I don't believe in putting a Band-Aid over a stab wound. No. We gonna get to the root of it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no putting no Band-Aid over. No, we gonna deal with it. We gonna address it. and we're going to heal from it. Yeah. Yeah. We give up on family and friends quick, fast, in a hurry. But when it comes to your partner, your intimate relationship, baby, you standing 10 toes down. You going through hell and high water. You going through the storm and the rain. Explain to me the difference. Because they're all relationships. They're all personal. They all should be of value and substance. So I'm trying to figure out there's the difference. Think about it, Bethany. Walk away real quick. Be like, I'm done. And I've said that 1,000 times. I don't understand. I don't understand why. I don't understand because here's the thing. Honestly, it should never be easy for you to walk away from a person you love. It should never be easy. But then it comes down to a lot of people value their pride more than they value their relationship. Because what I tell y'all, a lot of people don't want to apologize. They would rather die on that sword than tell you, you know what, Katrina, I'm sorry, I was wrong. You know what, I misjudged you. You know what, my fault. You know what I'm saying? I got the wrong understanding. You know, I didn't handle things. Some people would rather feel like, forget her. She'll be all right. I'm not apologizing. It is what it is. She can stay over there and I'm going to stay over here. Because here's the thing. We could say everything and everybody is replaceable, but guess what? Everybody ain't. You can replace me with somebody else, but you can't replace me with somebody as great as me. Think about it. We all got something unique about us. We all got something special that we bring to the table. So you might be able to replace me with another friend, another partner, whatever. But guess what? They can't. They don't have what I have to offer. How do you know when you truly? Oh, you know what? I'm finna get to you, baby. That's something I've never understood either. So much of today. Yes, cutting everyone off. You know what, Bethany? It's like we live in a world now where it's slow to repair but quick to replace. That's the best way I can say it. Slow to repair and quick to replace. And Jules, oh yeah, Pink Lady people are definitely desensitized and fake. They feel like they gotta fake it. Fake it till I make it. As for you, Jules, how you know when you truly forgiving someone, let me tell you how I knew. They could be around me and I felt no resentment. I could hear their name and I didn't get upset. They could call or text and just the look of seeing the number wouldn't piss me off. You know you forgiving them because it's no longer mental. They're no longer a trigger. You know what I'm saying? Every little thing about them don't set you off. You can have a conversation without feeling any type of way. You willing to hear them say, guess what? You know what, Jules? I'm sorry when I did such and such. And you know how you forgiving them? If they offer an apology and you receive it. Because guess what? People offer apologies all the time. That don't mean we receive it. People might tell us, you know what, I'm sorry. We be like, yeah, whatever. You full of shit. I don't want to hear it. Right? But when you fully forgiven them and you've healed from that pain that they caused, you can sit back and say, guess what? I don't wish no harm on you. I wish you the best. We just wasn't meant to be. That's it. When you can say those words and mean them, because what I just say, don't be out here saying nothing that you don't mean. Don't say it just because it sound good. When you can say it and mean it with your whole heart. Look, I don't wish Tyrone no bad. He did me wrong, but guess what? That's on him. Because let me give you a trick. Let me tell you something. Anybody, and it's for all of y'all on here. Anybody that has hurt you, whether past or present, whether your childhood or adulthood. Anybody, hey Demeter, anybody that has hurt you, this is what I want you to do. All that pain that you carrying, all that anger you carrying, all that hatred, that animosity, that tension, that resentment, guess what? Give it back to them. Why you carrying it? Give it back to the person that put it on you. That's for them to carry. You ain't done nothing wrong, so why you carrying that burden? No, baby. Give that burden back to them. And the way you give that burden back is by saying, guess what? Sometimes you got to speak your piece. Sometimes you can't wait on them. Because what I say, everybody not going to apologize. So you have to accept the apology that you would never get. I'm going to say that again. You have to be willing to accept the apology that you would never get. You can forgive, because guess what? You're not forgiving by saying, here's the thing. People think forgiveness is saying, what you did with me, what you did to me, I forgive your action. I didn't say that. What you're doing is, when you say, you're not saying I forgive you. What you're saying is, I wish you the best. I wish no harm to you. Because guess what? When you say that, you release that hold that they got on you. If you still living in that moment, they still got a hold on you. You haven't healed. You still in that moment. You're still in that exact moment when whatever happened. You still wearing them same scars, carrying that same hurt, that same pain. And guess what? I didn't say it was easy. I ain't say that, but guess what? Like they used to say, you don't forgive for them, you forgive for you. Yes, because it has a hold on you. It has a hold on you. It's controlling your emotions. It's controlling your thoughts. It's controlling your actions. It's controlling your decisions. You're operating from a place of hurt. And let me tell you, when you're operating from a place of hurt, guess what? You can't give nobody nothing. You can't give nobody nothing. When you operating from a place of hurt, you don't know what it is to give or receive love, because you too consumed in hurt. You got too much pain in you still. So you don't even know what it is to give love freely or to receive love freely, because guess what? I'm finna read you right now. I'm good at this. You know how you feel right now? Because somebody did you wrong, you feel like you don't even deserve happiness. You feel like you're not worthy of love. You're not worthy of respect. You're not worthy of being a priority. You're not worthy of being someone's number one. That's what you feel like. You feel like you're not worthy of that. But guess what? I'm here to tell you that's bullshit, because yes, you are. You, me, and everybody on this live. Everybody on this live is worthy of love in its most authentic form. A love that don't come with no restrictions. A love that don't come with no ultimatums. A love that don't come with no ulterior motives. A love that's going to see you, right? A love that's going to see you, the whole you, the broken you, love everything about you. You feel me? You will get to that point, but guess what? You won't get there by saying you can't get there. What I just say about our words? You just spoke that over your life. You said those words. Nah, boo, take them words back. You have to start saying, I will heal. I will be able to forgive one day. It's a process, sis. It ain't gonna happen overnight. As long as you been carrying that burden, you can't possibly think you gonna lay it down tonight and wake up in the morning and it's gonna be peaches and cream. No, ma'am. It don't happen like that. You gotta step inside that thing. You gotta do the work. You gotta peel back those layers. You gotta sit in that hurt. You got to cry those tears. You got to say those things you ain't never said. Baby, you trying? Brookie, try harder, boo. And if you need me to help you, hit my inbox. See, we ain't going through the next year with some resentment. We working on some breakthroughs. You feel me? It's time for everybody to stand in their truth. It's time for everybody to be healed. You deserve the best of you. The people in your life deserve the best of you, not the broken you. How you gonna give somebody all of you when you broken? How you gonna give somebody all of you when you don't even know who you are? How you gonna give them all of you when you don't even know what you have to offer? Come on. You can't. It's impossible. Because guess what? As long as you sit in that hurt, every decision you make is going to be based on hurt. Everything you see in this world, you're going to view it from the eyes of pain. Anybody that come around you, your wall up. But what I tell y'all the other night, here go the wall. Just like it kept me in, it also keep everybody else out. You isolating yourself. You're not allowing yourself to give or receive love because you don't feel like you worthy. You don't feel like you deserve it. And that's because, guess what? You put your love and your trust in the wrong person. Guess what, sis? You ain't alone. We all have. We all been there. We all trusted somebody that we shouldn't have. We all loved somebody that we should have screwed one time and kept walking right on by. We grown, right? What I tell y'all, we having grown folk conversation. We done tried to make permanent some shit that was meant to be temporary at best. We done ended up in some situationships trying to make a relationship out of something that should have just been a one night stand, and we should have kept it the fuck moving. Yes, grieve it as a death and put that thing to bed. You hear me? I don't care if it's you take a notebook, write down all your hurts, because journaling is so good when you're dealing with emotions. If you don't want to talk to nobody, journaling is good. You get you a notebook, you write everything down. Start from your childhood up until now. Write down every hurt, sis. Write down every hurt and put a name to it. When Tyrone broke my trust, this is how I felt. When such and such did this, this is how I felt. Be detailed. Put a name to that hurt. And guess what? After you write all that down, I want you to go back and read it. And after you read it, burn it. Because after you've written it, you've let it, you put it out there. After you've written it, you get it off your chest, right? After you go back and read it, you sitting in that pain. And when you go back and read it, don't rush through it. Allow yourself time to really read those words. Feel those emotions. And when I say feel those emotions, baby, have you some Kleenex or a towel nearby. Feel those emotions. It's going to knock the wind out of you. You're going to realize the times you thought you was okay, you was not okay. You're going to realize the stuff you thought you was over, you was not over. You're going to realize the people you thought you forgave, you really haven't. You're going to realize it's been more things and more people that has a control and a hand over you than you thought. But once you do all that, and you read it and you let them emotions out, baby, burn that thing, take you a nice hot shower, a bath, and have you a good night rest. And I promise you, when you wake up the next morning, you're going to feel a weight lifted off your shoulder. Now, did I say it was going to all be over? No, but I promise you, you're going to feel a weight lifted off your shoulder. Yes. Yes. Because it's always signs, y'all. Before we end up in a really bad situation, y'all do know we always see the signs, right? We see them. We just choose to overlook them, right? Because I'm pretty sure, I always say the name Tyrone. I think of Erykah Badu song, Tyrone. That's the first name always come to mind. I'm pretty sure I saw signs of Tyrone being a liar or a cheater or disrespectful. I'm pretty sure I saw signs. But guess what? I still chose to continue a relationship with him until it just reached a point of no return. But I still saw signs along the way, right? But I chose to stay. So I got to hold myself just as accountable as I do someone else. So in the midst of your writing, sis, when you say what somebody did to you, at the very end of your writing, say, I forgive myself for allowing these people to mistreat, disrespect, use, manipulate. You have to forgive yourself too, because guess what? Forgiving ourselves be the last thing we do. We forgive other people, but we rarely forgive ourselves. We hang stuff over our own head for so long. We beat ourselves up with the mistakes that we made. Why? We'll forgive other people quick, but we won't even forgive ourselves. And when it comes to you, you ain't even forgiving yourself, Jules. You have not forgiven yourself because you feel like, man, why did I put myself in this situation? Sometimes we think we stupid. Man, that was so dumb of me. I should have known better. Because we make some decisions where we feel like we should have known better. But guess what? That's life. Life don't come with a roadmap. Right? We gonna hit some speed bumps. We don't know when to make a U-turn. We don't know when to detour. But I will tell you, ignoring the signs is a sure way to end up at the wrong destination. I'm going to say that again. Ignoring the signs is a sure way to end up at the wrong destination. We got to stop always wanting to see the good in people and see what they show us. There you go. Blow it off. There it is. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it. You know what? Maybe because my last situation and I'm putting that off on him and that's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Come on. The same with guys. If you see you coming across a woman and all she about is what you can do for her, brother, that ain't the woman for you. Because guess what? It's more about whether you can protect, provide, pay bills, buy this, buy that. It's more about that. It's more. And if that's all she about, You know what that says? She'll be sold to the highest bidder. If somebody come along with more money than you, she gone. If you get sick and lose your job, she gone. If that's all she about. Don't let yourself get played either, my brothers. For real. Mm-mm. 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 We ain't doing that, Jules. Guess what? You ain't giving up. You ain't giving up. It's purpose in your pain. You ain't giving up, baby, because guess what? Your story will be a testimony for somebody else. So don't ever feel like that. You here. You know why you here? Because you have a purpose. All of us are here for a reason. We don't give up when it get tough. We don't give up because we feel like it's too hard. No, we stand and we fight. That's what we do. So we know we're not giving up. This live ain't about giving up. We ain't giving up. Giving up is not an option. Exactly. Pick yourself up. Dust yourself off. What I say. Cry them tears if you need to cry them. Because I promise you it get greater later. I promise you what you feeling right now ain't going to last always. And you'll be able to look back on this moment and say, I can't believe I once felt like that. Baby, let me tell you something. Healing is lifelong. All of us going through a healing process. You think we ain't? We just finally reached the point where we can talk about our pain. All of us go through a healing process. Ain't nobody life perfect. So just when you think you're the only one going through something, honey, I promise you ain't. I promise you ain't. You have to love you. That's where you start. You first got to love you. Don't let people steal that from you. You do not let people steal that from you. Thank you. You made it this far. And the fact that you on this live talking about your hurt shows us that you a fighter. Because you didn't have to be on here listening. Baby, guess what? I'm going to tell you this. If it's too much to bear, hey, Cleopatra, welcome, Houston. If it's too much to bear, lay it down. If what you carrying is too much to bear, what did I say? Give it back to the people who put it on you. That pain, that anger, that resentment, that hatred, that animosity, give it back to the people who hurt you. It's not yours to carry anyway. Give it back. But in the midst of giving it back, see, we can blame and we can do this and that. But we also, what I say, we got to stand in it. You give that pain back to the people who deserve it. And the people who deserve it is the people that brought it to you. That's why you feel like it's overwhelming, because guess what? You sitting back, you carrying the pain, right? You dealing with all those emotions. You asking yourself, what did I do to deserve to be treated this way? Why did so-and-so do this? I didn't deserve that. Guess what? Them questions over with. It don't matter why they did it. Shit, they fucking did it. You can't undo what they did. But guess what? You can decide how you let that affect your life. You can decide whether or not you allow that to control your decisions, your emotions, your thoughts, your words, and your actions. It does not have to have control over you the moment you decide it no longer has control over you. But guess what? It's only when you address the things in your life that you can control the things, that you can change the things in your life. You can't change nothing if you ain't going to address it. That's it. You have to be willing. What I say, life ain't easy. Who said that? Now, once have I said life was easy. What I told y'all when we talked about the stuff you need to let go of. What I say? Well, y'all, that's gonna be hard. What I say? What I tell everybody? It's gonna be hard. I ain't finna lie and tell you it's gonna be easy. Hell no. But guess what? It's worth it. Anything that's worth it takes work, right? It don't come easy. Hell, life ain't easy. So we be foolish to think that us correcting some things that happened in life will be easy. No. But guess what? You have to be willing. Everybody teach us. What I say? What did I say? Come on, baby. When you get tired, and that's why I said, when she said it's too much to bear, what did I say? Sit it down. I said this quote the other night. I'm going to say it again tonight. Something my father used to tell me. And I questioned him until he finally explained it, because I didn't understand it. Now, this finna sound real simple, y'all, but I promise I didn't get it. My father said, people who want to be happy are. I'm going to say that again. He said, people who want to be happy are. And I said, well, no, Dad, you can't say that because people go through things in life. He was like, and everybody go through things in life. And he wasn't being insensitive. He was trying to get me to understand. I said, well, you know what? I need you to explain that. He said, it's simple. I said, okay, I'm listening. He said, because here's the thing. If you want to be happy, do you focus on the stuff that make you miserable? If you want to be happy, do you focus on the pain or do you work through it? When you want to be happy, do you allow yourself to always be a prisoner of the words and actions of other people? No, you don't. And that's why he said, when you want to be happy, you are. Those words shifted my mindset in a way where I stopped sweating every little thing that was beyond my control. If somebody didn't want to talk to me, okay, that's their choice. Somebody don't want to be around me, okay, that's their choice. Folks don't want to include me, okay, that's their choice. You feel like your life better off without me, okay, that's your choice. I no longer was bothered by what anybody thought, did, said, felt. I gave two fucks. Because my intent was being happy. So I stopped dwelling on anything that interfered with that happiness. Yeah. And see, you waiting on an apology from people to help you deal with your pain. They ain't gonna apologize. You was blessed to begin with. You know why, honey? Because you're here. The blessing was you being born. So you got to shift the way you look at life. Don't focus on all your negative, boo. Focus on your positive. You here. Even because your story should be, this is what you should be saying. Instead of you saying, I've been through blah, 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 blah. You need to start saying, I've made it through dot, 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 dot. You know what I'm saying? That's how you shift a negative to a positive. Instead of saying, man, I went through this, and this. Say, I made it through this, and this. Don't describe yourself as a victim. Describe yourself as a survivor of whatever you've been through. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, my life is hard, my life is not blessed, my life is too much to bear, say, I've made the best out of my life no matter that it wasn't perfect. I made the best out of my life when I may have had very little to work with. I made something out of my life when nobody believed in me. I made something out of my life the times I probably didn't even believe in myself. I made it further than anybody thought I ever could. That's how you got to stop looking at stuff. Your perspective has to change, because if it doesn't, if your mindset and the way that you look at things don't change, nothing is going to change. Your circumstance is not going to change. Because you can't change and control other people. All you can do is what you can do. And that's focus on you. You can keep going backwards, living in the past, or you can choose each day to find something to smile about, to find something to be grateful for, to find something to be happy about. That's how you have to look at life. These people thought they broke me. They thought da 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 da. But guess what? I'm still here. I'm still standing strong. I'm still striving. I'm still progressing. I'm still standing. That's how you got to shift, boo. You got to shift. I found I was a people pleaser. I was not happy. Oh, they were. Come on, Brookie. I just said we set ourselves on fire to keep other people warm. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh, that people pleasing is something serious, ain't it? Because we don't want to tell people no. We feel like we owe them something. We indebted. Well, they did this, so I should at least do this. And I don't want to tell so-and-so no. And I don't want them to feel like I ain't there and blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, let me tell y'all something about life. And I want to be so clear. And I want everybody to hear and receive this. Let me tell you something about life. It does not matter if you at your lowest or at your highest. It does not matter if you give people the shirt off your back. It does not matter if you include them in everything you do or you exclude them. People don't need a reason to dislike you. People don't need a reason to hate you. People don't need a reason to avoid you. That's just people. You can't please everybody. So the person you need to be focused on is the person you see when you look in the damn mirror. Break those chains. Stop allowing yourself to be held hostage by your past, by what other people did, by what other people said, by what you did, by what you said. Forgive them, forgive you. And it's as simple as saying, you know what? My past is my past. I don't live that no more. The stuff I allowed then, that ain't what's happening now. The person I was then, I'm not that person anymore. The stuff I tolerated, I ain't playing them games no more. That's it. I'm leaving that back here. Because this right now is who I'm trying to be. And you grow from that moment. And what I say, look, I wish no ill will on blah, 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 blah. You didn't break me. You made me stronger. And you move on. Write that hurt. Read it. Burn it. Sigh relief. Rest well at night without that weight on your shoulder. Get up with a renewed mind, spirit, and heart. Baby, when I tell you, did I say it was easy? Nope. I said shed those tears, sit in that pain, because it's going to be painful. Because it's not easy looking at ourselves. It's easy to judge other people and place blame on them, but it ain't easy to look at ourselves. What was it in me? Because guess what? When we look at ourselves, we find out that we're not perfect. When we look at ourselves, we find out we are part of the problem. When we look at ourselves, we find out we accepted too much. We allowed too much. We tolerated too much. So it's easy for me to blame Tyrone, but then I got to sit with the reality of, okay, why did Tyrone feel comfortable enough doing you like this? Why did Tyrone feel like he can get away with this? Obviously, I set the tone for how Tyrone treated me. It was some brokenness in me that I had not healed that allowed me to feel like I didn't deserve no better. So I was Tyrone's dumping ground. Come on. We got to hold ourselves accountable. And when you hold yourself accountable, guess what? It opens the door to forgiveness, because guess what? When I hold myself accountable, I realize all the blame ain't on Tyrone. I got to share in that blame. What I tell y'all, it ain't never one-sided. I done said 1,000 times, even tonight. Oh no, baby, it's never one-sided. You always played a part. When things fall apart, you always had a role in it. Either you accepted too much, you tolerated too much, you gave the illusion that everything was okay. You didn't hold people accountable. You smiled when you felt like crying. You just went with the flow. You played that role. But guess what? You got to own your truth too. Yes. Yes. Got to take back that control. Because, baby, when you do, I wasn't always like this. I mean, it was times I didn't give a fuck. But I've not always been this strong person. Like, I used to be like, you know what? I know this ain't right, but I ain't going to say nothing because I don't want to offend nobody. That was me. You know what? I really feel uncomfortable with this conversation that they having, but I'm going to sit here anyway because I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Or it was like people would ask my opinion. I'd be like, well, it's whatever. I wouldn't even give my opinion because I didn't want to come off as Miss Know-It-All, because I've had them labels thrown at me. Oh, she thinks she know everything. She always trying to keep the peace. She always trying to fix stuff. Well, who don't want to keep the peace in life? You know what I'm saying? But I got to the point now, well, guess what? If it's around me and I'm uncomfortable, I easily remove myself. I don't care about nobody being offended. Now, I'm not an offensive person. Like, I'm not just out here, I ain't cussing folks out. I'm not doing that. But if I'm in a situation where I'm uncomfortable, I have a right to leave. I don't got to sit here and feed into nothing that I don't feel comfortable with. I don't have to go anywhere where I don't want to be. You feel me? I don't have to be around. I don't have to be in the company of people that I know bring out the worst in me, or people that take me back to a place that I worked so hard to grow from. I don't got to entertain that. This is why I say we have more control over our lives than we realize. I think so, hon. Let me see, Pink Lady. Nope, I don't know. I can't see her if she is. Yes, she is. Okay, there she is. She's still here. And I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot to digest. I know it is. But I want you to receive it. I want you to receive it. Allow yourself, look, go through that, ride that emotional roller coaster. Ride it as many times as you need to till you purge yourself of all of that. Stand in those feelings. Feel what you need to feel. Oh, yes, I let go of them type of people. Look, baby, when I tell you, You got to keep your circle so tight to where squares can't get in it. You feel me? I'd rather have one that mean me some good than 15 that's just on the sideline to be nosy. Because too much of our life we spend trying to impress people that don't give two fucks about us. Let's keep it real. Too much of our life we trying to fit in. We trying to be included in something that guess what? We trying to be included in some shit that ain't for us to begin with. See what I'm saying, David? But guess what? Guess what? You dealing with it. You see what I'm saying? You could have easily just swept it under the rug and act like it wasn't there. So you still dealing with it. I still feel like letting them go. Guess what? Brookie, you gonna feel like shit. You can feel like shit for letting them go. But guess what? Can I ask you something? Don't you feel better? You can feel like shit. But overall, don't you got more peace in your life? Let's be real. Don't you got more peace? Less drama, less gossip, less negativity. See what I'm saying? You feel so much more peaceful. You can breathe. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I'm 44, and like I tell you, I'm still learning. But guess what? We have to stand on what we want our life to look like. We have to take our life in a direction we want it to go. And if it's positivity, we got to put it out there with our words, our thoughts, our actions, right? And because guess what? If we put out negativity, that's what we gonna get back. Oh, Brookie. Oh, that was me. Oh, Brookie. That man, I can't stand that because you know why? I realized one day, if other people being talked about when they not around, I'd be a fool to think I'm not the topic when I'm not around. I can't rock with people like that. I can still love you from a distance. I ain't got to be in the mix of that because I don't want nobody confusing me for that type of person. At the end of the day, my name and my reputation is all I got. You could think what you want to think about me, but my reputation is solid. That's it. Because like I said, people don't need a reason to dislike you. Some people dislike you the way because of how other people love you. I say that again. Some people don't like you because of the way other people love you. Let that sink in. Ain't your life so baby? There's a decision you need to make fast, but you stuck. You ain't stuck. Because guess what? You ain't stuck. What's better for you and what ain't? That's your decision. What's better for you and what ain't? Because it can't be both. Or is it too good? Is it two good decisions and you torn between which one is better? Or is it a bad and a good? Because if it's a bad and a good, the obvious way would be the good. And I say what's best for you. Not what's best for nobody else involved unless you got kids. It's what's best for you. We ain't talking about nobody else's feelings. We ain't talking about how nobody else gonna feel. We ain't talking about hurting their feelings. No. We talking about what's best for you. Bad and good. Okay, well, baby, the answer is the good. Why we struggling between bad and good? You know the answer. If you trying to get on the right track and you trying to lead your life in the right direction, good is your answer. Guess what, Brookie? It ain't always that people mean us no harm. But guess what? They don't necessarily mean us no good either. They don't add value to our life. So I totally understand that. Been there too. And I'm not saying when I distance myself from you, it doesn't mean you necessarily brought harm to me. But guess what? I saw something in you that I can't rock with. You know what I'm saying? And that don't mean I'm perfect. But if I'm over here trying to be peaceful and I'm trying to be positive and you over here being messy, we gonna clash. Like how that's gonna rock? That ain't, you can't live a clean life when you littering trash everywhere. But guess what, Brookie? Guess what? She don't even have to understand. She don't have to understand. You made that decision for you. You did what you need to do for your peace of mind. And guess what? That can't be bought. That's non-negotiable. So anybody could go. Anybody. Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you guys for the roses and the lights. Like anybody can go. When you talking about your peace of mind and you talking about your mental state and you talking about just, do y'all know how, look, do y'all realize how good life can be when you stop worrying about other people? When you stop carrying their burdens, when you stop trying to fix their problems, when you focus on you and your household, baby, thank you, quick. Like, yes, a peace of mind is treasure, Dave. Yes, it cannot be bought. Who want what you want? Baby, it's so many, because guess what? And guess what? I'm going to go even further with you, pink lady. It ain't even always that people want what you got. They just don't want you to have it. Remember that. It ain't even always that they want what you got. They just don't want you to have it. And I'm going to say on here, like I told my kids 1,000 times, and I still tell them to this day, a person that ain't got nothing to lose will make you lose everything you got. A person that ain't got nothing to lose will make you lose everything you got if you ain't careful. Because see, guess what? It's people that want to drain you, your energy, your resources, your happiness, your peace, your love. They want to drain you of everything. So guess what? Then you ain't got nothing left to give. But once they drained you, now they can go on, they can live their life peaceful. But guess what? You ain't got nothing left. You drained. You're depleted. You got nothing left. I love you. Thank you, Brookie. Thank you. I've been growing my locks 2.5 years. When I started, they was up here, looked like little turds. Misery loves company, yes. But guess what else loves company? Happiness. Hey, Jaleel, how you doing, honey? Happiness loves company too. See, you see how I just flipped that? See how I flipped that? We're not even gonna focus on the misery that love company. Guess what? We're gonna give happiness a little company too. So, but guess what, David? I had people that I called friend that I realized I was in one-sided friendships with. I was doing all the giving and they was doing all the taking. Yep, 2 years, Brookie. Yes. I was doing all the giving and they was doing all the taking. So that's one-sided friendship. Nothing should be one-sided. Everything should be give and take. Everything should be being a team. If you mess with two broke people, come on, baby, queen. Hello. Look, poetry snaps. Poetry snaps. Because, baby, like they say, you have to hang around like-minded people. Guess what? If I'm trying to get somewhere and you there, I don't have a problem asking you how you did A, B, C, and D. I don't have a problem asking you. Because I'm trying to get to where you at. So here's the thing. Why am I around somebody that can't benefit me in no way? I'm not talking about financial. I don't need your money. I'm talking about you can't lift me up when I'm down. You can't pour into me. You can't give me no words of encouragement. You can't be supportive. You can't even give me a listening ear. Why do I need you around then? What purpose are you serving? How are you beneficial? That's how we should look at people in our life. Relationships, friendship, family. That's how we should rate them. Everybody does not deserve a front row seat in our lives. Everybody does not deserve access to us. Period, point blank. I was in a conversation with a person I did not know. Come on, baby. Guess what? Because you know why you ain't using no competition? Because you was out here living your life. They was competing with you. You was out here living your life. They was competing with you. That's that back to that people don't always want what you got. Some do, and some just don't want you to have it. Yeah. It's a lot of folks out here trying to live in their life to impress people that don't give a damn about them. It's people out here trying to impress people that don't even think about them. Just live your life for you and yours. Do what makes you happy. Go which way you want to go. You feel me? That's what people have to start doing. We have to stop putting so much stock in other people. And you know why I say it's stock? Because the stock market rise and it falls, right? That's why I say it's stock. Because when you put so much stock in people, when they having a good day, it's all good. But when they having a bad day, it's all bad. You don't need people like that. Baby, ooh, pink lady. There it is. There it is. Look, I know y'all get tired of these quotes from my daddy, but when I tell you the man was a thinker, my father said, as long as somebody needs you, they your best friend. But the moment you're no longer beneficial or they even think that you need them for something, watch how they show their true colors. He said it's going to change. He said the dynamic is going to change. It's different from them needing you and being able to rely on you versus you needing to depend on them. When I tell y'all, baby, wisdom. And guess what? And I love sharing it because sometimes we need a different perspective. Sometimes something is beating us down and we just need another way to look at it. People was telling me, watch, she envious of you. I couldn't see. Guess what? Oh, Queen, baby. Now, that go a conversation. We ready for it. Look, let me sit on up. We don't ever see it when it's family. We don't ever see it when it's family, when it's a partner, or when it's a close friend. We never see it. Because guess what? We love them so much. We love them so much. We done went through so much together. They done been beside us and we done been beside them through all kind of times. We done laughed together. We done cried together. We done grew together, right? So we ain't expecting them people to stab us in the back. But as my daughter always say, that back door stay open. You know why I say back door? Because you don't see it coming. Most people come through the front door, right? Back door stay open. And it's always, look, come on, snap to that. Back door stay open. And guess what? It's always the people we say won't do something. I learned that too. Never say what a person won't do because that's the first one that'll do it to you. And it'll be the very thing that you said they won't do. Oh man, Pink Lady. That's all you could do, Queen. Let go and let go. Pink Lady. Family definitely ain't family no more. They definitely ain't. Like I said, you got the holidays coming up. Y'all spending the holidays with y'all family? Who y'all spending the holidays with? Because for me, for Thanksgiving, it's going to be me, my husband, and our 4-year-old daughter. My husband said he was cooking Thanksgiving dinner. You know, certain things, of course, I got to make. But he was like, babe, I want to do Thanksgiving dinner. Cool. I'm not going to knock you, honey. I can sit back and relax. Make whatever he want me to make and relax. So Thanksgiving is just us. But Christmas is myself, my children. That includes my oldest nephew and his wife, because I raised my nephew. That's my oldest son, my daughter-in-law, my 2 grandkids. That's my mom, my stepdad. That's my oldest daughter who's at college right now. She'll be home. Like, that's my kid. I wish my youngest son could make it, but I think he has to work. So he's got promoted. So I don't even think he could make it. But that's my Christmas. We'll all be here and everybody will be at our house just like last year. And we gonna vibe out. When I tell you, it's the games, it's the singing, it's the making memories. People fail to realize you don't even have to spend a lot of money. You don't need a lot of the unnecessaries. It's just the fact that you're in the company of the right people. Do you know how it warmed my heart when I got my kids and my nephew in the same place? Baby, that's enough for me. They all been asking me for the past 2 weeks, what you want for Christmas? I'm usually the one that like to put the smiles on the faces. So I never think about myself. That they like, that's your problem. You don't never think about yourself. I'm like, look, as long as I got y'all, I'm good. You know, we forget what things mean. You know, we value things more than we value people. And we need to get out of that. Because things can be replaced, but good people can't. Good people can't. I may see my family this year. Wow, I hope you do, Jules. I really hope you do. I want you to be around, whatever you do on that day, Jules, I want you to be around love. I want you to be around people that make you forget about any worry you got, make you forget about any stress you got, people that make you feel whole, people that make you feel complete, people that make you feel loved, worthy, supported. I want you to be around that. That's my wish for you for the holidays and everybody on here. I want y'all holidays to be surrounded by love and laughter. You feel me? Like, I want y'all holidays to be about that. Give your strength. Give you strength. Yes. People that's going to give you strength, help build you up. That's what I want for everybody. Because guess what? We got to stop allowing people to tear us down. We got to stop allowing people to make us feel less than. We got to stop allowing people to shit on us. I don't care what we got going on. I don't care if our life is less than perfect. I don't care if we not where they feel like we should be. Don't even entertain them conversations. The moment Auntie Susie get to saying, well, why you ain't did such and such, baby, Auntie Susie, I love you, but gotta go. Don't even entertain it. If you have to remove yourself, remove yourself. But as an adult, you are entitled to tell people how you feel. I didn't say you got to cuss Auntie Susie or Grandma Betty out. I ain't say that. But you entitled to say, you know what, Auntie Susie? Don't talk to me like that. You know what, Grandma? I'm an adult. What you said was disrespectful. This is okay. We got to realize that we are entitled to that. And that does not make you disrespectful unless you cuss somebody out. But there you go. Set your boundaries and make people respect your boundaries. And if they can't, then you move around. And those are people that you may not need to be around at this moment. Because when you're trying to heal and you got people around you that's throwing negativity your way, they stunt your growth. They halt your process. You can't heal when you're around negativity. How? They just throwing more on your plate for you to deal with. And you can't heal yourself trying to take on nobody else's problems. Let me say that again. You can't heal yourself when you're trying to fix everybody else's problems either. Sometimes your focus got to be on you. My hubby, boys, sons, girlfriend, my parent, maybe my aunt. I ain't seen my brother. Oh, wow. I ain't seen brother 10 years. I ain't talked 7. Wow. Well, you know what, Pink Lady? I hope whatever happened that broke y'all connection, I hope it can be restored. I hope it can be restored. Because family is a beautiful thing. But guess what? We know that we can't deal with all family. Like, we love them. But sometimes we have to love them from over here while they over there. Sometimes they just disturb your peace. Sometimes they just not right. Sometimes their energy is just not something you want to allow in your space. And that's okay. Stand on that with no apology. You hear me? Guess what? Because if I'm rubbing you the wrong way, you shouldn't want to be around me. If I'm always negative and I'm always complaining and I'm always talking about you and I'm toxic, I wouldn't want to be around me. So you shouldn't want to be around me. It's okay to tell people, you know what? Your energy is draining. You know what? You're too negative. Because ain't nothing worse than a person that complains about everything and appreciates nothing. I can't stand that. I can't stand that. So if you're around people like that, nope. Oh, he's only about himself. Okay, well, sis, guess what? Guess what? We get that energy. Guess what? We ain't carrying that. Like you said, you ain't talked to him. Well, guess what? You just gave good reason. Because guess what? Another thing, we got to realize everything broken ain't meant to be fixed. Sometimes you hurt yourself more in the process trying to pick up the broken pieces and put them back together. You ever broke a glass on the floor and tried to pick it up and sometimes you nicked your finger? That's how some relationships are. Some stuff needs to be broken. Some bridges need to be burned because some people just not going to respect us. Some people not going to appreciate us until we become a distant memory. Here you go. Look, the scissors, David. But like I tell anybody, if I cut you off, I promise you handed me the scissors. I promise you I gave you chance after chance after chance, and you kept giving me your ass to kiss. That's it, sis. Guess what? And guess what? And that's healing right there. That's growth. I don't miss you, but I wish you well. You know what that said? I don't have no ill will towards you. I wish you the best. I just can't be a part of it, baby. That's healing. That's growth. That's grown folk. You feel me? I love my family, but guess what? I don't deal with all of them. Because for what? If it ain't going nowhere, if you done tried and tried and tried, and you keep running into a brick wall, sooner or later you're going to get tired of hitting your head. Exactly. You can love and not be around them. And guess what? I'm going to add to that, David. You can forgive somebody and not deal with them. I can forgive you and not allow you into my life. Right? You hope to rekindle. You know what, Jules? If it was a good connection, I hope that for you, honey. Because that twin bond is something serious. That twin love is on another level. That twin love is on another level. You know, but yeah, even with forgiveness, just because we forgive a person, I can forgive Tyrone for doing me wrong, but guess what? That don't mean I got to deal with Tyrone. I forgive you, but I ain't got to deal with you. I don't got to call you. I don't got to talk to you. I don't have to let you back in my life. I forgive you. I don't hold no grudges. But guess what? I ain't got to deal with you. People don't understand that. People think that forgiveness means like my way of telling you what you did is okay and I'm willing to allow you back into my life. No. Got him because of him. Ah, it's like that. Yeah. Yeah. Money, you know, I used to say money is the root of evil, but like somebody said in my live the other night, is the love of money. Cause it ain't money, but it's that love of money that thirst for it. You know what I'm saying? Like you just it's that turns you into something else, turn folk into something else. But guess what? Guess what, Pink Lady? You know what people have to realize? Just like we get it, we can lose it. Just because we up today don't mean we can't be down tomorrow. People gotta start seeing life from both angles. Oh yeah, it's like dope. It's addictive. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Baby, money definitely don't always talk. Because if money was the end all be all, why would celebrities take their own life if money was all it took to be happy? They got all the money in the world. They got all the money they'll ever need to ever need to spend. Obviously, that's not the end all be all, right? Obviously, that doesn't determine your happiness. Because we've seen what that has done to many people. But like I always said, I want y'all, if y'all take nothing else, hey, fat boy, thank you, baby, David. Give me peace, joy over money any day, baby. Any day. Because guess what? If that money allows me or causes me to lose my sense of self, to lose my purpose, to feel like I'm all of a sudden superior and I can look down on people, that's not good. Because what you do is you push away the real people. Your money might bring a lot of people around you, but they ain't real. You done pushed away the real people because now you surrounded by so much fake love. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. And I want everybody on here, if you remember nothing else about this live tonight, remember, look at life from both angles. If you're one of those people that focus on the negative, if you're one of those people that say the glass is half empty, look at the glass half full. And even be grateful for the fact that you have a glass that got something in it. That's how I am. Whether it's half full, whether it's half empty, I'm grateful for the glass that got something in it. That's my take. And instead of saying, okay, we know misery love company, but guess what? We ain't feeding that. We gonna give happiness some company. Right? Instead of us saying so-and-so did me wrong, ask ourselves, why did I allow so-and-so to treat me like that? Why did I allow so-and-so to talk to me like that? Why did I go back to that situation that I worked so hard to get out of? Thank you. Realistic. There's some in the glass, right? It's something now. Whether it's this much, you know what I'm saying? It's half full because it's down here. Or I can focus on this part that's gone. But the bottom line is it got something in it. You know, I want us to shift our focus. It can't, if we, because guess what, y'all? If all we focus on is negative, do y'all know that's what we bringing more into our life? Do y'all know that's what we bringing more into? Because what you don't feed will starve. Drop the gem for y'all. What you don't feed will starve. So guess what? If I don't feed into the negativity, if I don't feed into the pain, if I don't feed into the drama, the hurt, the resentment, the anger, the tension, it'll starve. I'm not giving it any of my energy. Instead, I'm going to put my energy into those things that I want to see more of. Yes, your seeds grow that fruit. Baby, if you sit up and you constantly say, I'm not going to be like my mama, I ain't going to be like my daddy, guess who you going to end up being like? Because you putting too much focus on not being like them, when in reality, you doing the fucking opposite. You being just like them. The moment that you say, no, I'm not, Brett. The moment that you say, hey, the moment you tell yourself you not gonna think about something, guess what? That'd be the first thing you think about. Yes, I'm like both of mine too, Queen. I'm like my mother and my father. But you know, you have people, you know, it's like we say we not gonna think about this. I ain't finna think about Tyrone today. Tyrone ain't shit. The moment I said that, I'm already thinking about him. You know what I'm saying? The moment that you've said you not gonna think about him or her, you already thinking about him. You already thinking about them. You feel me? So it's like we have to stop feeding that stuff that we don't want to grow. Feed what you want to grow. You want more peace? Think about peace. You want more positivity? Stop focusing on negative. You want happiness? Stop focusing on the pain. You want growth? Stop focusing on what's holding you back. See how that go both ways? See how I just shifted that narrative? Because we could stay over here in the negative, or we could be over here in the positive. Every day you get a choice to decide how your day will go. You get a choice whether or not you're going to start your day with a smile or a frown. You get a choice whether you're going to start your day with a praise or a complaint. You have a choice every day. You have a choice every day what your day is going to look like. Every day. And if you choose, guess what? And if you choose to focus on the negativity, you think the universe ain't going to bring more negative your way? Because guess what? You're not only focusing on it, you speaking it. You sitting up saying, well, my life ain't this, and people ain't this, and I wish I had this, and I wish I had that. The moment that you focus on your have-nots, you take for granted what you have. Come on, queen. We get the same 24 hours. What you do with it is your choice. Thank you. Time, definitely not. We living on borrowed time. Time is definitely not. That's why you make the most of it. Because guess what? While I'm sitting up focusing on the past today, you know what I could be doing? I could be making right my wrongs. I can be apologizing to those people that I need to apologize to. I can be healing myself from the past hurt. I can be setting my mind to understand everybody not going to apologize for doing me wrong. Everybody not going to feel sorry. Everybody not going to take my feelings into consideration. Everybody don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can be focused on healing myself. Why would I want to hurt myself? If something back here hurt me, why I'm finna stay back here? That's almost like I want to be hurt. That's almost like I like the hurt. Thank you. Productive, not reductive. Proactive. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to learn how to be proactive instead of reactive. A lot of times we see what's coming our way, but we wait. We don't intervene. We don't stop the bad stuff from happening. We let it happen. And then we want a way to respond to it. Then we trying to find out how to correct it when we could have stopped the shit from happening. We didn't have to go down that street. If you see this pothole in the middle of this street and you keep walking and you fall into it, but you saw it though. Thank you. You got to focus on what's in front of you. You have to focus on what's in front of you. If you want your life to be meaningful, if you want the life that you say you want, if you want happiness and peace and joy, take the road that's happiness, peace, and joy. If you want pain, misery, and hurt, then guess what? You're going to stay in the pain, misery, and hurt. And I know that sound easy, but guess what, y'all? It is. It's a simple choice. I didn't say it wasn't going to hurt, but it's a simple choice. When people doing you wrong, you decide whether or not I'm going to have these people in my life. You decide whether or not I'm going to accept their treatment and allow them to treat me like that. Thank you. You put in the work for what you want. Guess what? Because guess what? You want your paycheck, right? So you go to work and you do your responsibilities to make sure you get your paycheck, right? Why we don't value our life like that? Why? We know that if we don't get up and go to work, we ain't going to have no check, right? Why do we not look at our life like that? Because if you don't do the work in your life, you ain't going to reap the benefits of that either. So why we don't look at our life in a high regard like we look at these jobs? We don't even look at our relationships sometimes in high regard like we do these jobs. We be tired to go to work. Sometimes we don't always feel our best. Sometimes we don't want to be there. But guess what? We get up and we take our ass there because we know we have committed ourselves and we want the paycheck at the end when payday come. Why we don't look at our relationships like that? You know you want a meaningful relationship. So whether you feel like being your best self today or not, you still should put your best foot forward so that you can reap the benefits of your hard work. Okay. Yes, we in control, David. We like the pleasure the other person gives more than ourselves. That's definitely why we stay in some messed up situations. But then guess what? Sometimes you right, but guess what? With that being truth, that means it's something broke in us that feel like we need that other person to make us feel whole. We still got to do the work Because if I feel like having anybody is better than having nobody, it's something in me that needs to be addressed. Because when you say somebody is better than nobody, shit, that means I'll take anything. Thank you. Work making somebody else rich and won't even invest in yourself. You feel me? Just saying, settling. Yes, settling. Because here's the thing. If it's not right and if it's not what I want, then guess what? I have the option to say, this is not working for me. This no longer serves me. This is not what I want. This is not it. Why I can't say that? We not bound by nothing. I should be able to say that, and we should be able to come to the table, come figure out a resolution of how we gonna get back to where we was. What you know what I'm saying? But you don't get nowhere when you can't verbalize how you feel. How you gonna grow? If you holding all that in, you know what that turn to? Whether it's your relationship, your marriage, your job, your kids, your family, your parents, your friends, it turns to resentment. If you sit back and you smile when you feel like crying, if you just going with the flow to keep the peace, it turns to resentment because you're not happy. You're settling. You're putting your feelings on the back burner to make everybody else happy. Yes, yeah. Ooh, come on. Come on. Come on. Everybody has a talent, but you got to put it into play for yourself. Baby, that's a word right there. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And guess what? Ain't nothing worse than realizing you done sat back. I'm going to get some rest. Okay, Jules, don't forget what I told you. Be encouraged, boo. Don't give up. You got this. You got this. Get you some rest. Don't go to bed with all that on your mind. Get you some good night's sleep. Yeah, Brookie, I was just gonna say that. You never know how much when we sit back and you really do that self-evaluation. Because I did it over 10 years ago. Sometimes you like what you see. Sometimes you like everything you see. Well, I don't know nobody that like everything they saw. It reveals you to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't run from yourself. Like wherever you go, there you are. Like it shows you those parts of you that maybe other people see. Right? So it's like you have to look at yourself and realize, guess what? I'm in control. Like I done wasted so much time doing A, B, C, and D. I done wasted so much time holding grudges. I done wasted so much time being everything for everybody, doing everything for everybody. I done wasted so much time being stuck in the past. I done wasted so much time limiting my abilities. I done wasted so much time doubting myself. Do you know at that moment, you can choose to guess what? Today is the day, baby. It's all about me. It's all about me, my dreams, my goals, my aspirations, how I want my life to look. It's about the people I'm putting the people first that put me first. I'm giving the energy that I get. When you show me love, I got nothing but love for you. If you show me anything less, I'm not going to even stoop to your level. I'm just not going to even deal with you. You feel me? Like, that's how we have to look at things. Like, you have to understand, and we've all wasted time in our life. Wrong people, wrong things, wrong jobs, wrong careers, wrong relationship. We've all wasted time. But until we realize that and we can admit that and we can choose to do things differently, we going to still be wasting time. We going to still be a puppet for everybody else. And they going to be pulling the strings. Determining what we do, where we go, what we say, how we think, how we feel. No, don't give nobody that much power over you. I always say, don't base your decisions in life on people who don't have to deal with the consequences of it. Don't ever do that. I told y'all earlier, when people always hit you with the, girl, if I was you, man, if I was you, you stop them and say, but you're not. So that's that conversation. That conversation is over with. The moment you say, but you're not, what else can they say? What else they gonna say? Because people love trying to tell you how to live your life when they shit falling apart. They love trying to have an input on your life when they ain't got their shit together. Because guess what? It's so much easier to focus on somebody else's problems than it is to look at yourself. Exactly. Like this ain't that. I ain't asking your opinion, but you ain't me. Okay, and that's it. Because the more time I spend focusing on your life, the less time I got to fix my own. So that's why people are always quick to speak on other folk. Because it's less time that it leaves them to fix their own problem. Don't be fooled. People ain't just speaking on your life because they care so much. No, baby, it's a cover up. Because if I can point out all your flaws and try to make you feel less than, some people need that because it make them feel good about themselves. How dare your life or your relationship or your career or your finances be better than theirs? So you think they're not going to try to knock you down a couple notches? Yes, they will. And they can tell you they want to see you do good. They can tell you they want the best for you. But guess what? They don't want you to surpass them. They don't want you to be in a position where you're doing better than them. And I don't know why. Because can you imagine if we all stayed at the same level? That ain't no fun. That means now one of us can't help each other. We can't help each other grow. We can't help each other learn. We can't help each other get to where we're trying to get to. If we all just at the same place, what fun is that? I can't learn nothing from you. Well, that ain't fun. People are steal your joy because, yeah, exactly. Exactly. But guess what? Just because they try to steal your joy, do you have to let them? Nope. That's back to that we control. We decide. It's on us. It's on us more than we think. We have control. I keep telling y'all, we got more control than we think we do. We have more than we realize. You know why? Because we don't use it. We just so used to just going on with the flow, just going through life, not speaking on stuff, not addressing stuff, because we trying to keep the peace, and I'm just gonna let it slide, and I ain't gonna worry about it. It'll fix itself. It'll work itself out. No, I've never seen anything work itself out. Do y'all know that? And I know that sounds strange. I've never seen anything work itself out. No. If there's work to be done, somebody got to do it. The problem ain't just going to go away because you don't think about it. The problem ain't just going to go away because you say you don't want to deal with it. It ain't just going to go away because you put it on the back burner. It's still there. You just ain't dealt with it yet, but it's still there. And eventually, it's going to resurface. I'm sorry, I got to cut this up. This is my song. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I love these old songs. But, we just gotta, I just want everybody to understand that they can take control of their life. Like, you have to understand that I want us to quit playing the victim. I want us to take responsibility, hold ourselves accountable so that we can begin to grow, so that we can begin to change some things. We can't just always be blaming everybody else for what they did. Flip that and say, why did I allow? Instead of saying, why did Tyrone do this? Why did I allow him to do that? You know what I'm saying? Why did I allow Amanda to do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to start asking ourselves questions instead of always pointing the finger and placing blame. Like a scab on a cut. Ooh, come on. Come on. You got to get the infect. What I say, yes, do the work. You got to dig in the inside to get that poison up out of there. You got to get the poison out. That's the only way you're gonna grow good fruit, if you get the poison out. That's it. And you got to be willing. I said it then, I say it again. We have to be willing to do the work. Because if we're not willing to do the work, ain't no need us even speaking on it. Ain't no need even talking about it. If you ain't willing to get down and dirty and sit in that pain and understand and figure out and pull back them layers and hold yourself accountable and shed them tears, and if you're not ready, willing, and able to do that, ain't no need even fooling yourself. No use in fooling yourself. No use in kidding yourself. But I'm got about 15 more minutes. So anybody got any questions? Anything y'all want to talk about? Any questions you want to ask? Yes. It's just it means nothing. The words are meaningless. They are meaningless. I got about 15 more minutes. So anything you guys want to talk about before I get off? Any questions you want to ask? Any issues you want to address? Feeling a certain type of way? Need some clarity on anything? Because we've been on since about, what, 6:15 we've been on, y'all. So we've been on about 3 hours, y'all. And some of y'all been on here with me the whole way. I appreciate you and I thank you. And those people that have followed me, I will follow you as soon as I end this live. I will follow you. My mom is so impressed with you. She said only person on here with Well, tell your mom I said thank you so much, David. I appreciate it, and I send her my love and well wishes. I appreciate that. I try. Like I said, I ain't trying to make life complicated for nobody. We should all be able to get on here and exchange some ideas and discuss some things and learn from each other. Yes. So don't look like nobody got any questions for me. So I'm not going to hold you guys, but check out my Patreon. Like I said, I'm going to be doing daily motivational messages. And also, oh, I forgot to tell y'all, also on my Patreon is audio clips, because I had a podcast that I'm probably going to I had to shift platforms and I kind of lost a lot of my material, but I had a podcast. So I have a lot of audio clips. I think it's 5 on there now, talking about different things, So I got some good stuff on there. So y'all check it out. If anybody want to sign up, like I said, it's 3 different layers. It's a monthly thing. It's a monthly thing. But yeah, thank you guys for the likes, the love. Do you guys know we reached 9.8 thousand likes tonight? 9.8 thousand. So I am truly grateful. Usually you don't see that unless somebody on here half naked or, whatever. But that ain't what we about. We gonna have some good grown folk conversation. And if y'all got any ideas for topics, anything y'all want to discuss, no matter what it is, hit my inbox. I want to say my email address is listed as well. I have to check. If it's not, I will list it. I will list my email address if it's not already on my profile. So you can reach out to me. You got any topics you want to discuss? Anything? I don't care if it's topics to discuss. I'm going to start doing games on Fridays where I'm going to have winners. So I call that my Feel Good Friday. I usually always do a giveaway on Friday of something, and it's usually my own merchandise that I've created with my own designs. So whether it's watches with my company name, bags and hats with my logo, shirts with my different sayings, I create a whole lot of stuff. So Friday, I think this will be my first Friday where I actually do a game. Maybe it'll be like Name That Tune or name a movie that a clip was from, or that a certain saying was from. So it's going to be fun. That's what we do on Feel Good Friday. We have our music playing. We sip our wine or whatever we drinking, or would smoke whatever they smoking. Because I'm not a smoker, but to each his own, and we gonna have us some fun. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for spending your time with me. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try to get back on tomorrow. And if y'all got some topic ideas, questions, anything y'all want to talk about, let me know. Like I said, the floor is always open. It's whatever direction we take it in. And just because we start on one topic, don't mean we got to stick there, because we move around, as y'all see. We're going to get anything in there that somebody brings to the floor. We're going to address it and we're going to get it over with. So on that note, thank you guys so much. Sending you love, peace, happiness, joy. Don't let nobody steal your shine. You feel me? Do not dull your light for somebody else to shine brighter. So I'm peacing out. Till next time. Love you guys. Good night.